Plan for complete terms.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. You know, I've been on the air for over 30 years with headphones on, and I've had them way too loud. And that's why I like MD Hearing. They've made these new Neo rechargeable digital hearing aids, and nobody can actually see them. They fit in your ear. Get the hearing you deserve with MD Hearing. Go to shopmdhearing.com and use promo code RUSS and get their new $297 when you buy a pair offer. Plus, they're adding a free extra charging case. It's a $100 value. So that's mdhearing.com and use the promo code RUSS and get their new $297 when you buy a pair offer.
Business owners, had enough of this yet? Are you just done and ready to retire? Is money tight? Or maybe business is at an all-time high. You have options. Don't just walk away. We can help you sell, retire, and just relax no matter what your situation is. Hi, I'm Andy Cagnetta, and at Transworld Business Advisors, we've been selling businesses for over 40 years. And with offices located around the world, we have thousands of buyers ready to buy your business now. Don't wait until the last minute or try to do it yourself. That is a recipe for disaster. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value and how Transworld can maximize your eventual selling price. We will help you win. And in the current climate, you need help to sell your business. Call Transworld at 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com. That's 833-SELL-FLA or visit tworld.com.
This is attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injured law firm of Kaufman & Lind. I'd like to thank some of the people in my firm who make this possible. Craig Lind, Christian Schlereth, Ken Schoenberger, Natalie Bailey, Sarah Burkhalter, Bree Lopez, Ashley Larson, Skylar Ferrazzi, Renee Rosso, Catherine Ewing, Delaney Hogue, Patty Hotchkiss, Christopher Hunt, Christopher Diaz, Matthew Fondren, Jonathan Lamb, Sam Korth, Bridget Lind, David Love, Haley Weedman, and Alex Francis. I can't thank you enough. Contact us at winunions.com or dial pound 546. Offices, Orlando.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, June 24th, 2024. Lots to get to today, from his Karen Reed guilty to Justin Timberlake speaks out after his DWI arrest, and why the NASA crew is stuck in space. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello, you.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Yeah, Mondaying. How are you, sir?
People aren't being gentle with me so far today.
What happened, bud?
5 seconds on the clock, and this asshole, who was it? I'm going to you, all right, friend? Daniel on, oh no, I accidentally banned him. Oh no. Oh, darn,
Daniel.
I didn't mean to do that. I swear to God. YouTube unbanned Daniel.
Hold on.
He said
he tried to correct you on the spelling of Karen Reed.
Right.
He said, Sean,
yes.
Get your head out of your ass.
Oh.
Yeah, he said, Sean, get your head out of your ass. It's Karen Reed, R-E-A-D. The title of the stream is R-E-E-D. And, sir, give me 5 seconds, please. It's like I'm juggling 500 things. I'm trying to get over here in the seat to do the show. I'll fix the title, all right?
It's like who are you trying to exonerate, really? I mean, just a completely different Karen. He's being a Karen.
Oh.
Yes, kind of, yeah.
Does that make a right or a wrong? I don't know.
We will get into that story. I don't know how much everybody's been following it, but C-Lane, it's his fault. He was texting me about this last night. I was like, it's on my radar. A couple of people have emailed and they've gone like, why don't you guys talk about this Karen Reed story? It's super interesting. And I said, I don't know. It just hasn't really popped off for us yet. But now it's on the radar as they're heading toward a verdict before too long here.
It has popped off for somebody in particular, and that is my wife, Ashley. She has watched the TikToks, and she is a jersey-carrying, card-carrying member of Team Karen.
And this is the one with her cop was a boyfriend, or boyfriend was a cop and backed up into him.
She is accused of backing over or into her cop boyfriend and leaving him to die in the snow.
Got it.
It's super interesting, and we are going to get deep into that in a little bit on the show. So if you're into the Karen Reed, R-E-A-D, excuse the title trial, and Dennis.
Yeah, Sean, you need to learn how to Karen Reed.
Yeah, get your head out your butt.
Not Dennis as in Daniel Dennis. He did not do this. No, Daniel as in whoever put that comment up. I apologize. I'm just trying to scrape it together here. And I did not mean to ban you. I swear to God. I just put my finger on the screen and it popped up.
That's what happens when you speak your mind around here.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy where like every time somebody gives like light criticism, banhammer drops. It's not who I am.
I mean, I'm totally going to do that.
That's the thing. That's the thing that's been a constant struggle about the texting service, and it's something that I've like escalated emails higher and higher and higher. Like, can we please have a different way of approaching? Because if you include any of the quit words, quit, stop, cancel, whatever, in your text, you automatically get a text back that says you've been unsubscribed from our list. It's just
so, for example, if you said like, quit airing this insane nonsense that Sean is saying.
Stop
giving him the airwaves.
Stop lying, Sean.
He needs to be canceled right away.
And then you get the message that says you've been unsubscribed. You're like, of course, you pussy. You hear something that you don't agree with and you block me?
I only do that if it comes to like super personal stuff or like, you're talking about something that is way out of bounds. Otherwise, that was a total accident. So YouTube, unban him. If I did actually ban him, I apologize.
But watch your mouth.
Stay on alert. Karen Reed's coming up, and I'll spell it however I want, okay? Here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And it is debate week, friends. Who knows what's going to happen here? Should be an exciting one. Yes, yes. You've got former President Trump and current President Joe Biden.
Come on,
they're
ice cream for everyone.
Facing off on the stage there. They got lots of rules. And we should start there because Trump's getting a little weird. And then we'll get to CNN where things were getting even weirder. But first, Trump.
And I have the wounds all over my body.
What?
If I took this shirt off, you'd see a beautiful, beautiful person. But you'd see wounds all over me. I've taken a lot of wounds, I can tell you.
Oh, what was he going to say there? It was like, you'd see a beautiful, beautiful
scar,
six-pack,
bruise, wound. I mean, he was talking about wounds.
Boobs.
It took him a long time to say body. He's like, beautiful, beautiful, sexiest ever. My nipples.
I wish so bad I didn't talk over that. Now, I will say, as not knowing the context of it, I thought perhaps he had some sort of outbreak of some sort. Like, does he have some sort of pussing wound on his man boobs?
He's saying if he took off his shirt, you'd see wounds. You'd see wounds on his body.
Person.
And we'll explain more, I think.
And I have the wounds all over my body.
All over my
If I took this shirt off, you'd see a beautiful, beautiful person. But you'd see wounds all over me. I've taken a lot of wounds, I can tell you. More than I suspect any president ever.
Yeah.
Of course.
What's the applause? Yeah, he's taking the wounds.
I would say that perhaps Lincoln and Kennedy
True.
got some solid wounds.
No, more than any president.
Or just, I don't know.
This great nation to all corners of this country. That's why he was.
The presidents that have fought in wars probably were a little wounded at times. You know, they have some battle wounds.
Oh, that's funny. It's going to be exciting this week. It's going to be exciting in good ways and bad ways.
I saw, and I didn't know if there was a way to like pull it. This was like really, really late at night, and if I shared it, then it was just going to like really, really screw my algorithm. I saw an Instagram ad that had President Biden in it.
Yeah,
and there was something like uncanny about it. Watching it, he either had like the best of best lighting and reading a teleprompter, and part of me was like, "Is this AI? Is this generated?"
Do they really get the best Biden they possibly could? Like, there's a best Sean. Okay, the best Sean exists
Wednesday. Wednesday
no,
Sean is the best Sean.
Not during Fritz on the Street for sure.
It's not, I mean, I'm saying like, just it's not Friday Sean. Wednesday Sean hasn't drank in a day or two.
Yeah, it's a day after. It's the next
Monday
day
Sean
after
just Sunday.
Yeah, but Wednesday Sean is always like, I didn't get any sleep last night.
Yeah,
I had my gummy and I still woke up at 4.
My brain still works better on that day. But there's the best you that you can be in the week. And for me, it's probably like Tuesday at like 6 p.m. where my brain is as clear as it's going to get all week. I mean, it's useless for me because it's 6 p.m. So it's like, the end of everything.
And it's Tuesday, which is a crap day.
Yeah, it's the worst of the worst. All right, to the clip I played already in the background just because I was getting too excited here. On CNN, they had somebody on who was the press secretary for Trump 2024. Caroline Leavitt is her name. And Caroline is trying to get in shots towards CNN on CNN. Always a tough move, right? So, like, you're on the network and you go, thank you for that question on this steaming pile of S network where your colleagues, Jake Tapper and Wolf Blitzer, are the biggest partisan hacks that I've ever seen, So you're doing the interview, but you want to take shots at the network as well. And the CNN host did not take kindly to this. She did not like this very much. Things got awkward. We're not even to the debate. They got the countdown on this thing, and we're now eking our way toward the debate, but it got weird. Here we go.
Safe, secure, and wealthy again. He's been doing that across this great nation.
That's Caroline
to all corners of this country. That's why he was in Detroit, Michigan last week. He was in Philadelphia for a big rally on Saturday night. And that's why President Trump is knowingly going into a hostile environment on this very network on CNN with debate moderators who have made their opinions about him very well known over the past 8 years and their biased coverage of him. So President Trump is willing to bring his message to every corner.
She pulls her head backwards. I'm like,
all right, well, let her keep yapping and then rebuttal.
I barely paying attention. I'm super distracted.
By what?
Because her name is Leave It, and I used to live with a guy named Beaver, so if they got married, the wedding hashtag would write itself.
Leave it, Beaver.
Leave it to Beaver.
Okay. The CNN host is like she's just swallowed a lemon head or something. Like she's sucking back into herself.
Also, impressive shoulder pads.
Yes, she's ready to go for this big fight this week.
Of this country to voters to ensure that he wins this election in November. He looks forward to doing that, and I know the American public look forward to hearing from him.
So I'll just say my colleagues Jake Tapper and Dana Bash have acquitted themselves as professionals as they have covered campaigns and interviewed candidates from all sides of the aisle. I'll also say that if you talk to analysts of debates previous, that if you're attacking the moderators, you're usually losing. So I really want to focus in on what these two men are going to do and say when they stand on the stage. Now we have a little bit of what Donald Trump, your boss, has said in trying to set expectations for this debate. I want to play a series of his comments.
Supercut time.
Maybe I'm better off losing the debate. I'll make sure he says I'll lose the debate on purpose. Maybe I'll do something like that. I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater. Should I be tough and nasty and just say you're the worst president in history? Or should I be nice and calm and let him speak?
Okay. You decide. It's like, we're gonna put it to you. All right. So now the supercut has played, and we go back to Leave It to Beaver, and she's going to defend Trump and go
Beaver, Sean.
Go back to CNN.
Basically saying there, well, will I let Joe Biden win? It does seem as though many Republicans have set the bar very low in terms of arguing that Joe Biden is basically senile. Now you have people like Doug Burgum coming out and saying, well, President Biden's very accomplished, trying to set expectations in a different place. What do you expect from Joe Biden?
Here we go.
Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump to see.
She ignored all of that. She ignored all the stuff. All that was burning in her head was like Jake Tapper, Jake Tapper, Jake Tapper, Jake Tapper.
Jake Tapper has consistently,
we're going to stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking
Trump
my colleagues.
Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack.
Did she say Adolf Hitler?
Please go back.
Yeah. Go back here. I think she might have said Adolf Hitler.
Beaver's leaving it.
Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump to see that Jake Tapper has consistently,
we're going to stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking
Trump
my colleaves.
Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you
I'm
continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome to come back and speak about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have equal time to Joe Biden when they both join us now at later this week in Atlanta for this.
I mean, yeah, she sounds a little heated.
Yeah, she's trying to gather her breath, as they're booting this chick off. Meanwhile, Caroline Leavitt, that is classic debate tactic right there. Get asked a question and answer a totally different question.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's ready to do the debate herself.
She's talking about Adolf Hitler over there.
Adolf Hitler.
She doesn't care about the rest of it. All right, we got so much to get into. There's more Trump clips from over the weekend, of course. We'll get to those. We'll get into this Karen Reed thing, despite how I spelled her name on the title, which I'll change right now during the break. We got the PGA protests and a whole bunch more. Lots to get to, even our friend Amy Kaufeld. Yes. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
You're listening to Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on select concrete mix when you buy one pallet or more, because Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss.
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
And more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
If you own your own home, you're likely sitting on a pile of cash. But if only there was a way to convert that equity into cash. Well, look no further. EasyKnock Sale Leaseback Solutions offer a flexible, convenient way for homeowners to turn their home equity into cold hard cash without the hassle of today's high-interest loans. If you need the money tied up in your home to pay off debts, fund that next move, or just need cash to secure your financial outlook, EasyKnock is the solution. EasyKnock gets you the money you need without worrying about high interest rates or strict lender qualifications. Sell your house to EasyKnock at 100% fair market value and rent it back, getting the time and flexibility you need. It's that simple. EasyKnock enables you to convert the equity in your home to secure a better financial footing. Visit us at EasyKnock.com and turn your home equity into cash today. Terms and conditions apply. EasyKnock Sale Leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand, it's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products, it's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Lately, living on my own has become a little harder. That's why my daughter and I both love Innovage Pace. My neighborhood Innovage Center has my doctor, my dentist, and my physical therapist. Even activities and lunch with my friends, all in one place. And with Medicare and Medicaid, I qualify at no cost. I get the care I need and more time to enjoy with my daughter. To learn more, call Innovage Pace today at 689-400-8785 or visit Innovage.com.
Imagine you could convert the cash trapped in your home without taking on high-interest debt or the hassle of moving. Well, now you can. Welcome to EasyKnock. the revolutionary solution for homeowners looking to go from equity-rich to cash-rich, all while staying in the home. Why worry about lender approvals? EasyKnock's sale leaseback solutions allow you to avoid harsh credit score and debt-to-income requirements. Sell your house to EasyKnock for 100% fair market value and then rent it back, getting the cash and flexibility you need. In today's high-interest rate environment, why take on more debt? Turn your home equity into the cash you need to pay down that pesky credit card debt, those lingering student loans, or just to secure your finances. EasyKnock is your answer. Don't let lenders hold you back. Visit EasyKnock.com now and discover how you can convert your home equity today. EasyKnock. It's your home, and now it's your cash. Terms and conditions apply. EasyKnock sale leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Radio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Everybody freaked out. I want to know from you something right now, okay? This is an honest question. I want honest feedback. I want dispatches. I want everybody in chat who's watching the live stream over at thenewsjunkie.com/live. I want you to tell me, have you been swayed in any way by these climate people who protest all these events like this, like the soup cans on the paintings and the crashing the sports events? Like, it's got to be, maybe somebody's impacted, but I don't think it's a very big number of people who are sitting there watching golf. They're watching their PGA on the weekend, and then they go, "What are these people running out here for? Oh, this is their cause?
Oh, that's glue,
well, all right."
And they're gluing themselves. Okay, got it.
Yeah, all right, I'm on board now. I'm on board. Like, but they always say this stuff. It's like, it's the same motto that PETA has, where they say there's no such thing as bad attention. Anything that draws attention to our cause is good. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
No,
I think
I don't think it's the case. I think I would be curious to just filter out the responses from your question and go, has anybody been motivated to change their ways in a direction that favors, lessening climate change, right, like by any of these things, by any of these demonstrations, these annoyances, these interruptions to your golf or your brunch.
Which, by the way, is probably a popular thing. Like, I would say overall, if you said, do you think something should be done about climate change, just real general, like a super general statement, I think more people than not would say yes. I think that they would say, like, I'm on board with that.
But did you watch somebody throw tomato soup at the Mona Lisa and then look at your aerosol hairspray can and go, never again?
Or did you see somebody spray paint what they thought was Taylor Swift's private jet, and then that changed your mind?
That was the one that was the most inspirational for me.
Really? That's what did it. Yeah.
I will say, if there's any little silver lining to it, I don't know if maybe talking for no one that exists, but there's some inspiration to the passion of all of them. Like, is their actual individual acts doing anything to persuade people? No, but is the overall idea that they're so dedicated to helping stop climate change that they're willing to go to jail forever and get arrested and glue their damn hands to a wall, then I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to it. Now, I personally don't see how, but I can maybe appreciate their passion a little bit. It's entertaining. We got stuff to talk about.
I believe that they are as scared as they're saying they are. I believe that they're like the world is going to end, the planet is melting. Like, I believe that they actually feel that way. Otherwise, I don't think they would take the risks they're taking, even though a lot of them aren't even prosecuted or whatever. But I think that it's just always such an annoying tactic. Everything that they do is like, it seems to be like you're targeting the absolute wrong thing. A Bootsy Moonshine says, I'm not liking the color orange as much these days. They do tend to lean heavy on orange. I think Stonehenge was orange. I think Taylor Swift's Jet was orange. They got a deal on it, I think. Behaw says, I throw the plastic right at the sea turtles now. Just go right for it and have it. There's got to be somebody who's buying into this. Olivia on YouTube says, I mean, we're talking about it, right? I mean, that's not untrue. She's not wrong. Like, you're getting the conversation going. I think the problem is that the conversation is headed in a negative way. Like, there's people who really, 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 really hate these folks who are doing this, and it doesn't seem to really help the cause out in a super aggressive way. Mr. D. Van says, these idiotic protesters make me want to burn down this world faster just so no future generations have to put up with them. A Win on YouTube says, none of these nut jobs swayed me. Gluing your hand doesn't show me the cause is valid. Give me information and let me decide. I've always found for me personally, that works better. Like, tell me what your cause is, state your case. If I investigate what your cause is and I find that what you said is honest, then I'll be on your side. That's like almost always the case for me.
Wouldn't their argument be like the information has been out there for decades and no one's listening?
I just don't agree with their information. Like, whatever they would say is proof that, like, nobody should have kids and the planet is on fire and we're all going to melt in 5 years. I would just not agree with them on a factual level. That would be the biggest problem that I would have, I think. Alicia says, protesters have never swayed me one way or another. I'm usually locked in on how I feel about something, so their antics mean nothing to me. There's a lot of topics these days like that. And one of them, honestly, and I got down this rabbit hole deep last night when C-Lane was texting me about Karen Reed and his wife's takes on this.
Good little rabbit hole.
Karen Reed, the trial, has really split that state and city in particular. Maybe worse, I would say, than Donald Trump. Than, like, whether you like Donald Trump or not. They're saying people are, based on their opinion of who's guilty or who's not guilty on the Karen Reed trial, they're losing friends, they're losing family members. They find it like that they can't discuss this in public because it leads to fights, and it's just really, really contentious.
It's just fluffing them for the election, Sean.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I like that's the weird thing, though. This is not even really political or anything. Like, the Trump stuff is just blatantly political. Some of the climate change stuff is, I don't know if you want to call it political. I probably would. It's divisive, certainly, in the way that they protest. But the Karen Reed stuff is just a trial.
Do you think it would be as divisive for the people in that town had the defense strategy not been to frame this as a giant police cover-up?
No, because I think everybody would have just said she did it. I think everybody would just, like, lined up on mostly one side. And it's the alternative theory that it's really ruffled feathers here. Again, we'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. Right now, let's go to this PGA action as these climate protesters right on the 18th hole. You know, you had Scheffler, Scotty Scheffler. He was out there. Scotty Scheffler is the guy who got arrested, right?
Yes, correct.
Oh, man, he can't catch a break these days. He's out there. He's on the 18th. He's about to hit the ball in the hole. And from all directions come these weirdo climate change peoples. And they all have, like, I don't know if I call them smoke bombs or what. The cops are on the case.
This looks wild.
There are a lot of cops.
This screams yakety sack.
There's cops everywhere. Like, I'm going to put this up on See It Now, thenewsjunkie.com. But how is there, like, an entire squad of police
But they couldn't catch one of them. Like, it's the people with the smoke.
They're all running different directions.
Good on them for all wearing the same shirts to allow them to be caught easier. I'm curious if they all had those shirts on before, or if they were covering them somehow before they started this craziness. Because
that would have made it
that,
obvious.
You would think at your golf tournament, you're like, okay, guys, there are a bunch of people in the audience here that are all wearing the same shirt. It's got a climate message on it. We should probably be watching these people.
Yeah, they're going to do something. It's just a matter of time. My favorite is, look at the cops in the backfield here. Like, there's some cops way away, and they're like, we're coming, we're going. And they're headed full speed to the action here as these climate protesters interrupt the last putt. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 10, 12 cops. The golfer's in the middle, like, whoa.
Wait, hold on, stop.
4.
Does the shirt say "No golf on a death planet"?
Yeah. It says,
okay.
Hold on. I thought it was in the story that I had. Yeah. No golf on a dead planet. That's
dead
what it says.
planet. Okay.
No golf on a dead planet, which
crazy.
is always very strange to me. Just so you know, the planet is not going to die. All right, the planet is a rock and some gases and some liquids. And humans could do literally whatever they wanted.
We're going to die, not the planet.
Yes, we are going to die. This is a selfish endeavor, and that's fine, but it's a selfish endeavor for humanity, and maybe you could argue like flora, fauna, and animals to stay alive on said planet. But the planet is going to be okay. That message works well, though, because people do like things like save the planet, keep the planet clean. I love those messages. I'm all about that. I dig that. I like even we should pollute less. All right, you got Sean on board. I'm with you. I dig this. But when you go eat bugs, sleep in pods, no more meat, when you start to say no more, we got to have to end oil now, which is insane and would lead probably to the deaths of many people as a result of cratering economies. It's just Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just saying.
I was ranting.
You were ranting about the meat thing, and I was just reminding you that DeSantis is saving your meat by making sure that the lab ones are just outlawed.
Oh, no, that's the problem, though, because the lab-grown ones wouldn't be as big of a climate impact. And these weirdos who are like anti-lab-grown meat, they're not helping. I'm surrounded by fools. On the left, I have people who think that the world is bubbling and going to burn any moment, and you shouldn't have any kids, and we're all doomed, doomer, world gonna die. And they also say at the same time that nuclear power is bad, even though that is the cleanest energy that would solve big, giant chunks of this problem. On the right, I have people who think things like lab-grown meat are bad, even though like a giant chunk of gaseous emissions that can increase temperatures on the planet over long periods of time come from agriculture and the farming of agriculture and the water and all the other ways that go along with it. So it's like, oh my God, is there anybody with a brain? Is there anybody who's paying attention? Or is it all just yakety sax? Is that it? Tackled. So many cops. USA? What's the USA for? Do you think these are like Arabs or something? Like, who do you think is on the...
I don't know. I mean...
USA.
Might as well.
They just need something to chant.
Correct.
Yeah.
Golf doesn't seem like the ole type of crowd.
No, it's typically quiet. There's the most noise they've had in a long time.
Also, for all the complaining, the most excitement that's happened on a golf course in a very long time. This is peak golf. I'm going to put this up right now. Actually, I'm doing it as I'm blabbing. This blabbing, me yapping.
Multitasker.
Yeah, me yapping right now is simply just a delay to be able to get the See It Now post up on the newsjunkie.com.
Interesting tactic.
Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't see that coming, but
you still haven't put it on there, huh?
Climate protest PGA is what I'm putting up.
Correctly, Sean?
No guarantees at all. But there goes the thumbnail and bippity boppity. Give me the zoppity. It's up on the newsjunkie.com.
Mall SPJ on Twitch says, how do they get smoke canisters past security? Is there really like Like airport style security getting into these golf tournaments?
I would assume so.
Yeah,
I mean, like any other
otherwise-
sporting event, but
Yeah.
if there's one place they could put it. One wrong move, and all of a sudden
cannon?
there's smoke in your butt.
You held these smoke cannons. You know what those things are like.
You've also seen X-rays, and you've seen what the bucket do.
They're not setting off the same kind of cannons that we did.
It's not the,
no
the snap pop.
I think these are more smoke bombs. There's some sort of ignition on something like this. But the thing about golf tournaments is like some of these places, like the Arnold Palmer Invitational that happens in Orlando right around March-ish, mid-March every year. That's in a neighborhood. So there's people who come from all across the country to see this golf tournament. And then there's people who just live on the course.
Right, yeah. They're just surrounding there. They happen to be near it. But they must have security. Otherwise, it'd be like Scotty Scheffler on the 18th hole. Here he goes.
Come on.
He's a nice guy.
He's had enough troubles, Sean.
And then Scheffler's dead. And it's no good. Nobody wants that. That seems like a bad thing. Real quick, at the box office, damn, Pixar, look at you go. What a second weekend for Inside Out 2. $100 million plus in a second weekend. That bests every Pixar movie ever.
Oh, yeah, and it also beat out Dune 2.
Beat
and
out
they didn't
Dune
have
2?
a bucket you could bang.
Yeah, beat out Dune 2, beat out every release so far this year. It is on track to be the biggest Pixar movie of all time, ahead of Incredibles 2, ahead of all the Toy Story movies, ahead of all of that stuff. That's pretty damn impressive. That ain't bad at all. The Bad Boys movie still performing well in second place, and then that motorcycle movie, the motorcycle movie in number 3.
What?
What's it called?
The one with the good-looking guy.
Oh,
Damn that guy. I don't like him one
narrows it
bit.
down.
Austin, the guy who played Elvis. Yeah. Don't like that guy. Not letting him
Did you
get
see
anywhere
him in
near
Dune
Courtney.
2? You can, you'll feel better about how he looks.
Oh, is he in Dune 2 as well? He's getting some gigs.
Unless
And
it's
this one,
I'm mixing him up with Skarsgård or something, but I'm pretty sure it was him, and he was gross, very
Yeah.
gross looking.
and this one, though, he's like rugged motorcycle gang leader guy, and it looks
The
it looks
bike
kinda
riders?
good. Yeah, the bike riders. The bike riders. Supposed to come out last year, and the strike ended up making it so they couldn't promote the movie, so just now came out. But Inside Out 2 is huge. Just absolutely massive.
Glad they waited to promote the movie because it seems like everybody knows about it.
Right. Yeah.
You called it the motorcycle movie.
And I've seen the previews like 100 times, too.
I've never seen them.
All right, quick break. When we come back, we got the Karen Reed thing, READ, on the way. But more importantly, we've got to talk about the ugliest dog contest. I mean, it's just like, this is necessary. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And the rest of the day does feature hot temperatures and off and on showers and thunderstorms. We'll expect an afternoon high of 93 degrees today in Orlando, with feels like temperatures in the low 100s once we do factor in the high humidity. Those afternoon shower and thunderstorm chances will continue to grow more widespread, especially during the late afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details.
Mills Air. This is the company you can trust, the company that's going to help you out when your AC breaks, or if you're worried that it's going to. Preventative maintenance, I'll tell you about in a second. But Mills Air has been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you really big rebates up to $1,275 off a brand new Carrier unit. Why would you go with somebody else and pay $1,275 more than you would with Mills Air. That doesn't make any sense. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to Mills Air. And preventative maintenance, as I told you, saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. This is genius. It's so great for peace of mind. And they'll come out and clean out your lines and make sure your AC doesn't flood and put new filters in and look at it top to bottom to tell you how things are working. Preventative maintenance saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The #1 cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Grab a proper breakfast with Wendy's new $3 English muffin breakfast deal. Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Select a request English muffin deal to obtain discount. Not valid for a la carte or combo orders. Single item at regular price.
Get ready to see the Eagles at Sphere Las Vegas with iHeartRadio. We'll fly you there, put you up at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, and set you up with VIP tickets, including priority entry to see the Eagles play Sphere Las Vegas. Plus, we'll make your trip extra special with a helicopter tour of the city. And you'll take home To the Limit, the Essential Collection box set, signed by the Eagles. Winner must be 21 or older. Prize provided by Live Nation. For your chance to win, just listen to this station on the free iHeartRadio app.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's...
Do some stuff this weekend, Courtney and I, and Sealand had recommended like so long ago, and I ignored him for quite some time.
How rude.
That I listened to the podcast Smartless where they talked to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
And he said, you got to hear this. You got to hear the interview with him. He's such a fun, nice guy. And I was like, I don't know a lot about his personal life. It'll be interesting to get to know more about that. And I do really like the guys from Smartless. I think it's a good show. I think they're doing a great job. And so I put that on this weekend, and I was dying, man. There was a part where they asked Arnold Schwarzenegger, they said, do people just come up to you in public like all the time and shout out the lines like, get to the chopper, and like all the lines from your movies? And he said, one of the ones that he gets all the time is it'll be like in public and somebody will go, put the cookie down. And
which is funny because I don't even think that's one of the most popular ones for me.
What's that from? Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, it's from Jingle All the Way. when his wife makes the cookies and Phil Hartman,
you're eating my wife's cookies.
Put the cookie down. And I could imagine like being him in public and people are just shouting this nonsense at you. And he was such a nice guy. And you want to talk about somebody having stories like that dude. Man, I mean, I don't know if most people will ever know the bravery that it takes some new immigrants to this country to do what they're doing. And Arnold Schwarzenegger gets his way into America. And he was recently just like, top in the weightlifting world, bodybuilding world. And he goes to America and he doesn't even know English or anything. And he's trying to learn English and doesn't know anybody, doesn't know like where he can go to work out. And all these fellow people, like they brought him clothes, they brought him like all the things that he might need to help him out. And he said because of that, and the one thing that was really heavy for him was somebody said to him, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? And Arnold Schwarzenegger said, what's Thanksgiving? I don't know what that is. And the guy says, well, it's this holiday, and we have big meals, and we eat all this great food. And he said, if you're not doing anything, I'd like you to come over to my house and spend Thanksgiving with my family. And he said he went over there, and he had all this great food. And he said because of that, every year he buys, like, tons of Thanksgiving meals for families, poor families in California. I'm like, this guy, I like him. I think he's a nice guy. Like, is he perfect? Nobody is. But I think he really came across as a sweet dude and just a guy I could listen to all day long in that
Makes
conversation.
you forget that he, banged the maid for a while. And
I forgot about that until the end.
See?
And then I was like, is he still with, the Kennedy, the wife?
Shriver, I think, right?
Shriver, yeah. Okay. And because his son-in-law now is Chris Pratt. Eat that what now?
What?
Chris Pratt is his son-in-law. Yeah. I know that. And man, it was a good listen. So thank you for the recommendation, Sealam.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go over to the world's ugliest dog because obviously, and I say this from very high ground.
He did divorce Mia Shriver a couple years ago. So in case anybody starts hopping on us.
All right. Obviously, none of our dogs were the world's ugliest dogs. It's just never going to happen. Carl is just never going to be in the top rankings of this. And none of our animals are going to win this. But somebody has to win it each year. And this year, I have to say, for one of the first times, I don't agree with the victor. I don't agree. I don't think that this dog should have been crowned the ugliest dog in the world. And it's an 8-year-old Pekingese from Coos Bay, Oregon, if I'm saying that right. The dog's name is Wild Thing, and that's the one that won. And I don't think Wild Thing is nearly as ugly as the winners of World's Ugliest Dog in the past. I really just do not agree with this ruling.
Well, that's all fine and good, but the only hurdle to jump for Wild Thing is it uglier than the rest of the dogs currently in the competition?
That's true. Let's see what we got here. Here's some of the coverage on this from KTVU.
10. It is billed as perhaps the most prestigious international contest for, well, ugly dogs. And once again, this year's World's Ugliest Dog contest fielding a competitive cast of canine characters. KTVU's Zach Sauce is there for the big night and joins us live in Petaluma. Hi, Zach.
Zach's on the case.
Yeah, certainly some stiff competition this year with so
what was
much
that claw thing he was doing with his hand?
in the field.
He had his, I don't know, he's got a thing.
Certainly some stiff competition.
That's a cat. I don't know why he was going for that move like he was scratching the air.
The judges, really struggling to pick a clear winner tonight. They had to turn not once, but twice to the crowd for a cheer vote. But in the end, there could be only one ugliest dog.
I don't agree. Wild Thing is not that ugly. Roll tape.
We gave her a bath today, and she still looks like this.
First of all, this dog is a cutie right here. What are you talking about? Ugliest dog in the world.
The only thing I think I could say about that dog is it just needs a good grooming.
No,
Yeah,
that
take a little
underbite
brush.
is the huge sell for it. Guaranteed. The bigger the underbite, the more you're likely to be the ugliest dog.
Is it a cutie? I say yes.
In the world of ugly dogs,
And I was thinking it. Ugly cute.
there can be
Ugly
only
cute.
one ugliest.
The world's ugliest dog is Wild Thing!
All right, look at Wild Thing. Wild Thing ain't ugly. I like Wild Thing.
Wild Thing needs to be groomed. That's like 40 pounds of hair, man.
You just see like a tongue hanging out.
That's the
here.
only way I know where Wild Thing's face is that tongue.
It is a little hairy, all right? Right there. This guy right here.
Oh,
is,
and I was still wrong.
It needs a trim, needs a little trimmeroonie, and that would help things out a little bit. But this dog, Wild Thing, is cute.
I don't know. Wild Thing's kind of ugly.
You guys are not
Wild Thing is missing some teeth.
Probably. That's why that tongue hangs right out the side. Yeah.
But they had to go. They always go with like the Chinese crested, hairless
Yes.
dog. So
They want. I
had
think you
to
might be
change
right.
it up this year.
I think that maybe they purposely went in that direction. I think you might be right about that because the winner has been like the same thing forever.
And how we made this crowd's heart sing.
What?
Proud
It's a
owner Ann
Wild
Lewis
Thing joke.
taking the
Oh,
stage in
God. You
made my heart
Petaluma with
sing.
her 8-year-old Pekingese.
He's never had a haircut. I just cut the bottom.
That's
and
kind
then he
of
sleeps on
abusive, if you ask me.
Give him a haircut, please.
Like I watch videos on the dodo all the time where it's like, we found this dog and it had 40 pounds of matted hair on it and we need donations and it really took hours and they had to put it under anesthesia.
Yeah.
Wild Thing's
And-
mother sounds like Roseanne Barr.
She does
never had a
actually.
haircut.
She does. But Wild Thing
Look at Wild
can't
Thing
see.
still right now.
Yeah, let me go back to the owner.
In Petaluma with her 8-year-old Pekingese.
He's never had a haircut. I just cut the bottom, and then he sleeps on ice.
Bitch was white.
Drop out of
Wild
college.
Things fit time buying for the crown in the world's ugliest dog contest.
He won it.
It's a pretty ugly dog.
But it takes
I like him. Come on now. He's a good time. I'll put that up on See It Now at thenewsjunkie.com as well. When we come back, we're going to talk to our friend Amy Caulfield. We'll find out what she's been up to. We'll find out what's going on in the news. We'll get all caught up to get our week started. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio has your chance to win a trip to see the Eagles perform at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. Just listen to Real Radio 104.1 on our free iHeartRadio app to qualify to win.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at Lowe's.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details.
Hey, my friends, Real Radio has your chance to win a trip for two to see the Eagles at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. All you have to do is listen to Real Radio 104.1 on your free iHeartRadio app between now and June 30th. Get more details at realradio.fm/contests.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to EnduranceWarranty.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatello. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. We've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Buy one, get two free at Pyrospot Fireworks. Pyrospot has Florida's largest selection of buy one, get two free fireworks with prices and products that will blow the competition away. Simply use our touch screens to watch videos and design your own incredible fireworks show. Visit our convenient locations in Eustis, Sanford, and Longwood, just 10 miles north of downtown Orlando. Visit iwantfireworks.com for valuable coupons and store location. That's iwantfireworks.com. Buy one, get two free at Pyrospot Fireworks and be a backyard hero.
Fixing your car or repairing things around your house sure isn't getting any cheaper. And that's why there's Everything Brakes for Home and Auto. For less than $1 a day, get automotive repair coverage with free roadside assistance, free towing, and free rental cars. Add home protection too, and cover major home systems, appliances, and electronics. Bundle Home and Auto and save even more. Call now and qualify for one of our bonus coverages, like 1 year of free car coverage, 1 year of free electronics coverage, or 4 months of free home warranty coverage. There's one number to call and one company handling your claims from start to finish. That's Everything Brakes. Get your free quote today. Call 855-865-SAVE. 855-865-SAVE.
Get it all covered your way, 'cause everything breaks.
Savings vary according to plan, age, or condition of vehicle or home repairs needed. Coverage not available in all states. Service fees, limitations, and exclusions apply. Go to everythingbrakes.com/terms for details. Call 855-865-SAVE. Online at everythingbrakes.com.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Kohberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
Being a great dad doesn't require some fat wallet. I realized a simple stopwatch could make my kid's day better. I turned everything into a speed competition. Just time everything. How fast can they make their bed? How quickly can they fold 10 shirts? The weirder, the better. I want Tom who could hug me the longest. They'll be excited if you're excited. Trust me.
Pull out a stopwatch or try something else. Just choose to be a father first.
today.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
At ViStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer better banking options like better rates and no hidden fees. And we continually give back to the places we call home. That focus is one reason why ViStar was named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. So join the nearly 1 million members who choose to bank with a leader. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Insured by NCUA.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch Studios. Why Kaufman and Lynch? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. The exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. Radio 104.1. Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
says, oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man, that's a long last name. And Maria Shriver have divorced indeed.
2021.
When you have a secret baby with the housekeeper, it kind of puts a damper on things.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a baby too? Oh, God, that's bad. Well, you know, not perfect, but his catch lines are fantastic. And now it's Monday, and it is time, our favorite time of the week, in fact. Let's welcome our friend, Amy Caulfield. There she is. All right, Amy Caulfield from Fox 35. Amy, can you hear me over there?
Yeah, I hear you guys great. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we got you loud and clear.
Good.
I have to ask you a question. We went over this last week, but I'm interested to see what your view on this is as well. If you could be the same height you are now, taller or shorter, what direction would you go in if you could adjust that? Or are you just like happy with your height as you've been gifted it?
Okay, so I'm 5'7".
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's not like average height for a girl, maybe a little taller than average.
Yeah.
I would go taller. I would go like 5'8", 5'9".
Okay. What about if you wanted to go taller, you had to go 6 foot?
Oh, that's too tall for me.
See, there's so many. I saw. So
What
many,
made you guys have this conversation? Are you talking about that University of Florida basketball player?
Yes, exactly. We were talking about the basketball player, the kid who's like 7'11", or I don't know what, 7'7".
Yeah,
He's
it's crazy.
He just did like a little hop in order to get the basketball in the hoop.
Yeah, like he just holds. It's like a dad playing a bunch of kids. He just holds his hand up in the air. You throw the basketball to his hand, and then he dunks it in the hoop, and you go, "My
well, you
God!"
know what floored me about the story is that he was 6'11" in the 6th grade. Is that right? And then I think it said by the time he got to the 7th grade, he was already over 7 feet tall.
We got a growth
here's the thing.
Growth spurt at 6'11".
He was. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
What's that school
and both
picture
of his
like?
parents are well over 6 feet tall. What's that, Sabrina?
Like, you know that big group picture you take with your class? Like, they had to...
Oh, yeah.
They had to change that frame a little bit, I imagine, right?
Oh, that's just wild. And what we were talking about, because there's a height where, like, you know, good for him, it's really working in his favor right now. But there's a height where you're at a great disadvantage. I mean, doorways are only so tall. You can't get on rides at the amusement parks, and this is just the beginning of your issues.
Nothing fits you. Like, how about you can't get into a car?
Yeah.
How about you can't find a bed that fits your body? I mean, we had Taco Fall, and you guys, I love Taco. You guys remember, played for UCF, and then he was trying to get on with the Boston Celtics. I think he's over playing it in like Europe right now. But he was just talking about all the things that are a struggle for him: not finding shoes to fit, not being able to, take a shower like a normal person, right? Because you have to like hunch over just to get under the shower nozzle.
Not being able to walk around in public without someone asking you how tall you are if you play basketball.
Right. That must be so obnoxious too.
Right. Or asking a girl on a date. I mean, like that, you know what I mean? Like you can imagine like just how challenging that would be. Like it's just all that stuff.
Yeah, and I wonder about that too. Like, is there a height where your potential partners would be in the dating world? Like, sorry, it's just you're 7'7". I can't see the top of your head right now. Like, I'm not gonna do this. Well, what is happening in your world, Amy Caulfield? What's going on where you are?
Well, there's a couple really interesting stories, but this is probably my favorite one this morning. You guys know we've done stories on this UCF student who was tracking Elon Musk's jet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And then he had a Twitter feed, and he would, on Twitter, he would tell everybody, here's where Elon's jet, and who knows if Elon was on it, but here's where Elon's jet is going now. Here's where it's going now. And he's tracking it all the time.
It's public information. He did it to somebody else too, and I
Taylor
think,
Swift.
No. Well, he did it to somebody else before Taylor Swift, but people didn't start actually getting mad at him until he was tracking Taylor Swift's jet.
Yeah, right. So Elon Musk, of course, made a kind of a big deal out of it, and he basically told the kid, "Hey, I'll give you $5,000 to stop tracking me." And the kid was like, "No deal. Like, I'm not going to stop, for $5,000. I don't know if he wanted more money or he was just like, no, I'm not doing it." Okay. So now this is interesting. So the update is that Jack Sweeney went to Chicago, and the head football coach for UCF, his name is Gus Malzahn, he was also in Chicago, and he posted a picture on X or Twitter with Jack Sweeney, and he says, "Hey, Elon Musk, I found the guy who's been tracking your plane. Good to meet you, Jack Sweeney in Chicago." So then Sweeney shares the same post and says, "Hey, Elon Musk, sponsor UCF Stadium and consider Elon Jet," which is the account that tracks Elon. He said, "Consider that account gone." So a lot of people in the replies are saying that would be so cool. Maybe he'll do it. Wouldn't that be cool if it was like SpaceX Stadium? Which actually that would be cool, because if you guys have ever been to the stadium or seen those pictures where they'll they have a game going on and you can actually see the rockets from the coast going up right over the stadium.
Yeah.
So it would be awesome.
Yeah. The only bad thing about that for him is then everybody else that wants something starts a website where they track his jet. And
Oh, without a doubt.
you spawn 1,000 of these guys, but otherwise, he'll get some good press. People will be like, "Oh, look, he's leaning into things a little bit." And has he responded at all or no?
No, nothing yet. No response yet. In fact, the stadium is right now. It's they're under a 10-year deal with FBC Mortgage, which let's see, they just signed that 2 years ago for $20 million. So
damn.
You'd have to offer a lot of money probably for that to change. I don't know how that works exactly. It's a contract.
How many years is that?
20-year deal.
20-year deal for
$20 million.
Wow.
So basically $2 million. I'm sorry, I lied, Sean. 10-year deal. So 10-year deal for $20 million. So $2 million
a year to sponsor that stadium. That's insane to me.
Do you think that's high or low?
I think that's way high. I would have thought it was $50,000.
It's just naming rights. It's just putting your name all over the stadium. I don't think you get much else. Maybe some free tickets to a couple things, but
Yeah, I guess.
I'm trying to remember how much Kia paid to take over the naming rights for the Amway Center.
I don't know.
Remember. It was a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this is a lot more expensive than you would think, and I get that there's some benefits, but $20 million for 10 years, my God!
I know, it's time.
All right, what else is grabbing your attention out there?
Okay, so you guys know that Boeing had sent up a couple astronauts a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
You remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, they're stuck up there,
and they were only supposed to be up there a week, and they're still there.
Okay.
So they've now pushed the return to July. They don't have an exact return date. I don't know. It's just the whole thing is a little, I don't know. Again, I guess maybe this goes back to Elon Musk. Could Elon Musk have to save the day and send up a Dragon capsule to bring them back? Because they still have these leak issues that are on the Boeing spacecraft that they have to get fixed in order for them to come home safely. So it is a bit of an issue. They also are having some issues with spacewalks. So they have these 2 spacewalks that they've had planned for a little while, but they're having issues with the space suit. So they had to cancel a walk last week because they called it spacesuit discomfort.
Okay.
And then they were supposed to have another spacewalk today, and they canceled that one. And they also said it was a spacesuit issue. So I don't know. There's some stuff going on.
Really?
Not good for Boeing. Up there who are like,
yeah, I mean, Boeing hasn't had a lot of good news, and this doesn't help for sure. That's definitely correct. But when I look at this, I go, do they must have a backup plan, right? I mean, they must have some other thing.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, the Dragon capsules works because that's how the other astronauts have gotten up there. So, but the whole idea, the whole point of Boeing, doing their own program with this Starship is that they wanted to make sure that there was an alternative to what SpaceX is doing, right? They didn't want just one way up and back. Like, we've got to develop other alternative ways to get astronauts there and back. And unfortunately, they've got to fix these issues before they bring them home.
You mentioned that does Elon Musk need to step in? Does SpaceX need to send a Dragon capsule up and pick them up? Wait, is there an extra dock on the space station to do that? Like, can you
they just push Boeing off.
If they just jettison the Boeing thing.
Now I gotta Google it. I would assume there's more than one dock.
I mean,
I don't know. Right?
I remember early in the space station planning days, there was a capsule that, in case of emergency, you could get into and send it back down to Earth. And then, is that still a thing, or did they use that up?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I just Googled it. It says the ISS has 4 docking ports for the Russian spacecraft and 4 for U.S. spacecraft.
There are 8 docking ports
total.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's more than a lot of airports have. They got a whole bunch of them.
I have a 1-car garage. They have 8 docking ports.
All right, well, hold
There's
on.
a lot of people on there.
Let's run some numbers real quick here. C-Lane,
Okay.
Google this for me, C-Lane. How many students are there at UCF? All right. How many? I know it's like one of the biggest schools in the country, if not the biggest. There's a lot, right?
Yeah.
In 2022, there were 68,442 students enrolled at University of Central Florida.
All right. So 68,442.
They're saying more than 70,000 now.
Okay.
7,800. What is it? What an idiot.
All right. So now, then if you did the math, since each student has to pay $100 a semester for the stadium, that's $6.8 million per semester, or $13.6 million for the year from students for the stadium, $2 million a year from this advertiser for the stadium, and that's only for the title sponsor of the stadium at UCF.
Oh, right.
You got lawyer sponsors, you got soft drink sponsors, you got. Where is all this money going?
Oh, to the higher ups.
Oh my God, they got $20 million in just naming rights and money that they bilk out of the students for this stadium every single year.
Think about the alumni that they have donating.
Oh God! And don't they say? I mean, I'm just talking about only for the stadium. I'm only talking about for the stadium.
Are you saying that the every student at UCF is charged a stadium fee, $100 per semester
of $100 every single semester for every single student? Whether you participate in it.
Stupid.
Well, I never heard they do.
I don't remember ever paying that.
Is that true, Sean?
Yeah, it's true. Courtney,
All right, I'm Googling this.
Courtney told me that. Courtney,
Really?
Courtney knows because she went there for 14 years. She went there for a very, very long time. Finally got her degree in the end. That Spanish, too, was really a difficult barrier for her.
I remember that. I believe I helped her with some of that homework. But at least she got the actual paper that said she graduated, right?
She does.
Some of my parking fees went towards the stadium, I'm sure, but still couldn't get hands on that one piece of paper.
So much money. Oh, all right. Anything else grabbing your attention out there?
Well, we've been talking about this rapper that was killed over in Tampa this morning, and I'm sure you guys have seen the story. His name is Julio Fulio, celebrating his 26th birthday over in the Tampa area. He was, I guess, they had rented out an Airbnb to have this party, and they got kicked out of the Airbnb. Then he went over to the Holiday Inn, which is right there across from the USF campus, and he was basically ambushed in the middle of the night, like early Sunday morning.
Is it really?
It's just a wild story. But I mean, I didn't know much about him. And then I was reading that apparently he was known for his rap lyrics where he would talk about murders involving rival gangs in Jacksonville.
Okay,
Is that right?
let me be the one to put out what maybe seems spicy as a take here. Not really surprised. Don't really feel like I'm super shocked by this. This guy, Julio Fulio, apparently was well known around Jacksonville. He'd been shot twice by rival gangs already.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
This dummy, he goes on Twitter. He had rented out an Airbnb and invited everybody over for a party. The party got too wild. The Airbnb owner kicked him out, and the cops came over, and they booted him, right? So then he goes to a Holiday Inn to celebrate his birthday. Now, mind you, he would mess around with his ops, and he would go to like the cemetery where they were buried and mock them. He'd mock them in his songs about like young kids who had died, and then he says, "I'm at this Holiday Inn. Stop by if you want to hang out for my birthday party," and post the address on Twitter. I mean, come on. You gotta like have better survival skills. If you want to be a gangster, you have to be. Tony Soprano didn't act this way, right? You know what I mean? Like he didn't say, "Hey, everybody, come on over right now. We're gonna have a party here," even though there's tons of people who want to kill me. Old Julio Fulio had it coming, friends. Sorry, but that's the way I see
Amy,
this.
there you have it.
Yeah.
Sean feels a certain.
Come
way.
on.
This is George.
Right?
I didn't even know all that
when
background.
people
Sean. I didn't
die.
realize he'd been shot before. That's terrible.
He'd been shot twice before, and he wrapped celebrating all these other people who had been shot. And what do you want? I don't know. I mean, what do you think is going to happen? When I look at these things, I'm like, there's plenty of people who die every day, and I'm super sad. And I go, man, that sucks. That's horrible. And then there's Julio Fulio, who was like playing with fire and got burned this time. And it's like it seems like he really, really was not making some smart decisions in his life. I'll separate Amy Caulfield for this take, but tell me what you think, folks.
What else is happening? And
go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on a dispatch, and send it our way. We want to hear what you have to say about things. Anything else, Amy?
On a happier note, I'm excited to bowl with you guys coming up this month.
How are you? Are you good out there bowling?
I haven't bowled in a while, so my skills are a little squeaky. And I do get a little nervous when I cross over the line in those slippery shoes. And you know how like they oil the floors? You know, I'm always like, oh gosh, please don't fall. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. That would be the worst.
Yeah, I used to be better. I think I lost it. I
get overzealous. I see one person like a lane away from me do the curve, and I'm like, I can do that, obviously. And then I pull my back out, and it goes right into the gutter. And I disappoint my team.
You know what we should do? You guys, let's go practice.
I'm down. Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
But we tell no one about it.
No, we can't have anybody there. We can't have anybody checking this out. That would be very, very bad. All right, there she is, the one, the only, Amy Caulfield.
Love you guys.
She's the best of the best. You should start your day every day, no matter where you are in this big, wide world of ours, with Amy Caulfield and the crew at Good Day Orlando.
Oh, Sabrina, Ryan told me to tell you he was at the game Saturday night and you were amazing.
Oh, well, tell Ryan I said thank you so much. What a game indeed.
Yes.
We finally are winning sometimes.
All right, good. Finally. All right, so if you want to follow more, you can go to fox35orlando.com. Again, even if you're not in Orlando, this is a perfect way to start your day. They have everything you need to know. It's part of my show prep in the morning. When I want to find out what's going on, I say, what are Amy and the crew at GDO up to? What's going on at Fox 35?
I have it automatically on at 6 a.m. If I'm up before that, it goes on. It is such a great program to see in the morning.
I'm going
to win the gift card. I know.
I never feel like I'm getting some kind of like they're trying to push me in one direction or the other. I never feel like there's like any dishonesty going on. I feel like this is what it's supposed to be. This is how the news is supposed to be served up.
My wife keeps bugging me about when Jackson's going to be weather baby, and I'm like, I'm not trying to pull any strings.
Do you remember when I sent over the photoshopped picture of my face and a baby's face, and it was this close? It was like about to be on, and Jamie's like, "Nope, that's Sabrina's adult's fate."
All right. Well, hey, are you watching the Karen Reed trial at all, Amy?
I have not been watching it. No.
It's an interesting one, and I think we're going to have the verdict before too long. But there's a lot of people that are so split on this.
TikTok is enthralled with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I mean, there are people that are like going over all the testimony, going through everything. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, there's a lot of like good.
This is second degree murder, death of her boyfriend. Is that right?
Yes.
John O'Keefe. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and the story.
The
story was from the prosecution side that they went out drinking and they were going to go have a bit more of a party at their friend's house, and that she said she didn't want to go, and he got out, and then she just backed into him and left him for dead in the snow, and then didn't find him until the next day. And then she says the whole thing is an inside job. The cops are involved. There's a cover up, and the town is just split right down the middle. There's people outside the trial, like, they got like signs like "Free Karen" and like all these different things, and it's been something. So we're gonna get into that as we roll on. We love to hear from you. We love to chat with you. We love when you bring us up to speed on the news, Amy, and we'll talk to you next week.
I love you guys.
Love
There
you.
she is, Amy Kaufman.
See you next week.
She is the best of the best of the best. And we'll be back with the other best thing, your dispatches. We got a lot more clips from the pre-debate drama with Trump and Biden that I got to play. Some of them are pretty off the rails, and we'll get to your dispatches, as I said, and a whole lot more that's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Mecum Auctions. Mecum Auctions returns to Osceola Heritage Park July 10th to the 13th with 1,500 American muscle cars, classics, Corvettes, trucks, exotics, customs, and more. Register to bid and buy spectator tickets at Mecum.com. That's Mecum.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss.
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
Buy one, get two free at Pyrospot Fireworks. Pyrospot has Florida's largest selection of buy one, get two free fireworks with prices and products that will blow the competition away. Simply use our touch screens to watch videos and design your own incredible fireworks show. Visit our convenient locations in Eustis, Sanford, and Longwood, just 10 miles north of downtown Orlando. Visit iwantfireworks.com for valuable coupons and store location. That's iwantfireworks.com. Buy one, get two free at Pyrospot Fireworks and be a backyard hero.
Experience life now at Orlando Science Center. Life is an all-new exhibit featuring animals and immersive galleries. Meet a sleepy sloth, playful monkey, a baby shark, a curious owl, and more. Learn about issues impacting their habitats and how you can make a difference. Get tickets and more at osc.org.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war in term life. Industry rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110 level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call for a free quote today. 800-200-2250. That's 800-200-2250. Don't wait. Call 800-200-2250. 800-200-2250. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322.
When you get nachos, tacos, empanadas, spicy queso with jalapenos, Pepto-Bismol's there. Pepto-Bismol provides fast, effective relief from nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. All the things that can happen unexpectedly on vacation. So before you travel, pack the Pepto. Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
How do you solve a crime in reverse when you believe that someone was murdered but have no clue who the victim was?
We have to do our job, and we have to find out, who did they kill? If it's possible. How are we going to do that?
Listen to Deep Cover the Nameless Man on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search for Deep Cover the Nameless Man.
No one's really sure what all C-Lane's buttons actually do. This is the new...
Are on the horizon. About 3 people care, I think. It doesn't seem like people are too fired up just yet. But maybe you will be. Maybe like right before the Olympics starts, you'll go, okay, this is cool. I'll check this out. I'll watch the USA athletes and root them on, hopefully. Maybe it could be one of the few things that before November could bring us together as Americans. It's one of the key things in this country. We used to have like this shared experience where, hey, at the end of the day, we're all Americans. And then that kind of died down a little bit because politics. But maybe this can bridge the gap, and we'll all be like, yes, all right, let's see. The red, white, and blue is out there.
Only for a little bit. Only
I'll take it.
For,
I'll take patriotism for a little bit. I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see everybody come together and root on these folks out there for Team USA. And I saw, I don't know if she 100% got on, but I believe she did. Remember the woman who, I believe in the last Summer Olympics, we had stories about her because she failed the drug test because she was smoking weed, and she got booted out of the Olympics because of it. And there was like a culture war fight over that lady too. I think she stopped with the weeds a little bit, stopped smoking the ganja, and has made her way onto the team this year to redeem herself.
Are you talking about America's fastest woman who tested positive for THC?
What's her name?
It's
Super fast girl.
Camilla Valieva.
No,
Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson. That's her. Sha'Carri Richardson with the nails. She had like those ridiculously long nails where you look at them and you go, this person doesn't do anything other than run, in her case. I don't know how you operate in life when you got 7-inch nails hanging off of your finger, much less 9-inch
She's
nails.
a better runner than she is a typist.
Hell of a runner. And she's on the team this year, despite what happened 4 years ago, ready to redeem herself. And I'm ready to watch it. I like a redemption arc, friend.
All right. So there was a thing that's where I'm getting the other name from, the Camilla Valieva. Sha'Carri Richardson a couple years ago was calling out a double standard in Olympic sports when the IOC decided Russian figure skater Camilla Valieva can continue competing after testing positive for a banned drug. Richardson, who was barred from the games after testing positive for marijuana, said, "Can we get a solid answer on the difference between her situation and mine?"
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think she had some fair gripes on that. And a lot of people were just like, you know the rules. Don't smoke weed and you won't have this problem.
Play stupid games.
I don't care. I only want to win. I only want the USA to win and leave with the most medals and just rub it in all their faces.
Right, and if you can win a damn race, you're stoned out of your mind.
Who cares?
That's impressive.
Who cares?
I mean, she had.
That just goes to show me that marijuana is just as harmless as I would imagine it is to most people.
She had the most valid of gripe. I think when we talked about this, there were some people that said, well, marijuana can stop this or it can alter this. And you're like, all right, come on. She had a valid gripe because this Russian figure skater tested positive for trimetazidine, a substance believed to boost athletes' stamina. So, like, this is a stamina-boosting thing.
Yeah, something that actually helps you out, gives you an advantage.
Even though it's weird. Is there a ban on performance-enhancing drugs when you're figure skating?
Yeah, imagine your triple axle becomes quadruple and whatever is after that.
Yeah.
Quintuple.
So, I mean...
Quintuple axle.
To say that, like, this person's doing performance-enhancing drugs, and she was just smoking a little weed, which is not necessarily that performance-enhancing. At least in my experience.
No, I agree. Same here. I'll tell you this, though. The Olympians from the United States of America are bringing something along with them. Any guesses as to what they're bringing along with them to Paris?
Oh, probably some
beyond
foam mattresses.
Foam mattresses because the beds are uncomfortable. Condoms, nope. Both those, nope. Foam mattresses would be closer because it's something for their lodgings that they're bringing along. It's not their like uniforms.
Window AC units.
Air conditioner is correct.
All right.
Team USA is bringing their own air conditioners to the Olympics because those losers in Paris don't do air conditioning. Fewer than 1 in 10 European homes has air conditioning. This is another one of those things. When we talk about climate change, we talk about France, Paris probably being at the forefront of so much of this stuff. They talk about all the things that we should do to alter our behavior. The problem is you haven't adapted with the times. Get some air conditioning in your homes and your buildings. Get some air conditioning, for God's sake.
It probably is to their benefit. Try to run a race when the person right in front of you or next to you reeks so badly of body odor.
Oh, that's tough.
Distracting.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to fight that. Air conditioner for everybody, for God's sake. And I know that we still battle this in the Northeast a little bit because people, they don't get hot enough on enough days to make it worthwhile. You don't see pools up there. You don't see air conditioning up there in most of the house. Change. Get some AC. Saves lives, for God's sake. Helps people out.
Yeah, but now you don't even have to spend all that money on like a central AC unit. They have it. I get it all the time on targeted ads. It's like they've come up with the smallest devices. They just place it in your window. No install or cock needed.
Yeah. Or what now?
Isn't there, the thing? With the,
yeah.
What is that called? Am I saying that right?
No, you got it. Yeah. Paris doesn't do air conditioning, this says. The International Energy Agency reports fewer than 1 in 10 European homes has air conditioning. You loser Europeans. What are you doing? With AC units being even less common in Paris, more than 99% of apartments in the city lack air conditioning. My God, get it together. We can do better than this, I think. I hope. I wish. Let's go to you. Let's work on a couple of dispatches real quick. Let's see what you have going on. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to send yours right now. Let's see what we got. Here is Butthead with a dispatch. He's talking about the Julio Fulio guy.
Don't fall, please. Don't fall.
Hello?
While some of you
Did you hear that?
may feel that Sean's take on the Julio Fulio situation is abrasive, most of the time, the truth don't sound as pretty as it is.
Wow,
True,
thanks,
sir.
dude.
That's right. Cowboy language right there.
Cool.
Julio Fulio, for all the people who had it coming, I mean, the guy had a song. I saw it this weekend, and his song was List of Dead Ops. And then he went through all of the people who were his enemies in Jacksonville and mocked how they died and made fun of these folks who had been killed and died by the folks on his side. This is like when a pastor who goes up in front of the congregation with venomous snakes gets bitten by one of those venomous snakes, and I'm supposed to shed a tear or something. I go, no, the person was living an incredibly dangerous life, and then this happened. So, I mean, what are you going to do? Don't do that. Don't do any of the things that this person was doing. If you engage in things that are highly dangerous in your life, you're going to get very bad outcomes. That's what happened here. The guy was a gangster. He's involved in a bunch of stuff like this. Shot multiple times. It's like 0% surprising to anybody who's paying attention. I do find it weird, though, now that there's this thing where I become made aware of many rappers' existence only with the news of their demise. I only become aware of them as they end up dying. And it'd be like, this rapper right here, known for his lyrics going after his opponent, dead. And okay, didn't know about Julio Fulio until today. Like your hair, buddy.
I mean, honestly, and this is probably more my age than anything, I didn't know much about Tupac or the Notorious B.I.G. before.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, I did because I'm younger than you, or older than you, rather.
Way
definitely
older.
not younger than you. Yeah, not way older, moderately older. 4 or 5 years or something?
5.
5 years? Okay, we're at 5 years.
Didn't even go to high school together.
John says, LOL, Sean says, I care about climate change. 2 minutes later, tells an entire country to buy AC units. Yes, this is a no-brainer. Use technology to help you out in the world. Yes, this makes perfect sense. This is not hypocritical at all. This is really, really just smart, basic stuff. We need to, and mind you, it's cold weather that does more damage and kills far more people than warm weather. We need people to have heating and air conditioning, all right? We need them to be able to be safe and secure when the weather kicks up in one direction or another. That could be dangerous for especially old people or very, very young people. This is just simple stuff. We have overcomplicated all of this nonsense. We've let doomers run away with the narrative on all of this. It's like, let's use technology. Let's try to make the world a cleaner, better place. Let's try to see if we can advance ourselves as a civilization. It's all very, very easy. Mark on YouTube says, the Tampa PD is indicating the shooters followed him from Jacksonville. Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Like, the Julio Fulio guy was just like, tweeted, I'm at this hotel. Here's where I am. Like, if you have people who want to kill you, you should do the opposite of that. This is like, who was it that was killed in that famous chicken restaurant in California?
I don't remember the name, but it was a rapper that had like a really expensive chain on.
Was that Quavo?
It wasn't Nipsey, was it? I don't know if it was. No, because I think Quavo was in New Orleans, wasn't it?
Pop Smoke?
Might have been.
Juice
Look up rapper California
PNB
chicken.
Rock?
PNB Rock. Okay. He was at a famous Roscoe's Chicken, I believe is the name of the place. And he was sitting down there with there's a girl that he was with, and she posted on her Instagram or on some social media platform directly from this place as they were there. And he had a policy of never doing that, like never post from a place you're at. And the moment the people who he's been warring with see that he's with this woman and she's posted from this place, they pop in, they go in there, they shoot and kill him in cold blood as people film his body bleeding on the floor of a chicken restaurant, and they snatch his necklace and they leave. Because that's what gang people do, right? This is the kind of behavior, degeneracy that they're involved in. And the more involved you get and the more inflamed things get, the more likely it is that you're going to die as a result. So it's like you shouldn't do that. That's my take on that. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? 2, Justin Timberlake addressed his DWI at his show this weekend, and his choice of words were top-notch, minus the top part. Flat Earthers are getting their own reality show, which is set to be a big hit to viewers around the globe. Plus, 50 Cent is into club. The hackers got into his website and socials and made millions club, that is. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up this Monday on the Jim Colbert Show, it's the return of Jim Colbert from vacation. Then I, Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game, will stop by to talk some sports. Jim, Deb, Jack, they're also going to talk with Ray Trendley from TK Law. They'll also play JCS Trivia, where a lucky listener will win tickets to an Orlando City match. All that and your calls, texts, talkbacks. Hey, how much am I getting paid for this? Yeah, figures.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson, and we're gearing up for a hot Monday. Afternoon high temperatures will be approaching the mid-90s throughout this afternoon, with a high of 93 degrees today in Orlando and a heat index of 105. There's about a 60% chance of some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. These will likely get going close to lunchtime today before growing a bit more widespread over the course of the afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
I had my first kid at 19, and this is going to sound strange, but the best advice I can give to other young dads is stay. I wanted to run away. I wanted to just keep living my own life, but I chose to be her dad, and now I'm glad I did. I can't imagine my life without my daughter, and I can't imagine making her grow up without a dad.
Dads, today may feel hard, but it's always the right choice to be a father first.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Kohberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
Dude, we all can see you. You're not that tricky. Put the phone down. Trust me, nobody liked your last 50 posts. They're not going to like the one you just did while you were driving. I can see you, man. Don't pretend. Don't think because your hand's below the dashboard, I don't know what you're doing. This trial attorney, Jeff Kaufman, from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. I'm the one who's going to be suing you. For all the other people, contact me at whenyoudist.com or dial pound 546 on your cell. Offices, Orlando.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select battery 2-pack. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/20. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers.
Just a moment, all things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. If you miss any of the show today or ever, go get the iHeartRadio links over at thenewsjunkie.com. Subscribe to the podcast for free and follow along with the show. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Eating my wife's cookies.
Put the cookie down.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Right before you start refinancing, buying your first dream home, perhaps doing some debt consolidation, expanding your business, hold up and go to thatmortgageguydawn.com. He's the expert friend that you could trust when it comes to all of those things and so much more. You'll see it immediately when you go to the website, chock full of information for you and direct access to the man himself. Thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
It was a mere 37 years ago, 1987. This was released in theaters.
Spaceballs?
Spaceballs is right. Starring Rick Moranis as...
Dark Helmet.
That is correct. Point. John Candy as...
He had a tail.
No, he's a Mog. Barf.
Barf is right. And Sean, this last one is worth 2 points. You could be tied with C-Lane. What was Jim J. Bullock's character's name?
I don't remember. Jim J. Bullock.
Asshole?
It was not.
I don't know.
Prince Valium.
Prince. Okay, yeah. He was
Yeah,
getting married
Valium.
in the wedding. Yeah.
Speaking of princes, this one, On Earth, also released on this day 30 years ago.
Lion King.
Oh,
The Lion King is right. Everything the light touches is yours, mother lovers. It later earned Elton John an Oscar for Best Original Song for Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And they're feeling it today, 30 years later. I don't know how much love was felt when this guy took the stage over the weekend. Justin Timberlake.
Oh.
He played 2 shows at the United Center in Chicago this weekend.
I'm sure he got a lot of love.
I've also seen a lot of clips in which he looks insane.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know if it was clips from the night of that he got pulled over and arrested for DWI, or it's the Chicago shows, but it was someone that was clearly very close to him, and his eyes are just like, I mean, the makeup person in charge did not give him any love right before he took the stage because his face looked insane.
Oh.
And then there's another clip in which someone is like grabbing at him as he's singing to the crowd, and he just smacks their hand out.
Oh, God.
Apparently, he also addressed the DWIs during the second show. He thanked his fans for sticking with him, but his choice of words are now going viral. He said, and I quote, "I want each and every one of you to know I've grown up with you. You have been such a big and beautiful part of my life, and sometimes I can't find the words to show my gratitude that you guys just keep riding with me and riding with me." And everyone's like, but you just got pulled over for driving under the influence. Choose other words, Justin.
What, for riding with me?
Yeah, riding. But who's going to ride with him if he's drunk behind the wheel? During his Friday show, he said, "It's been a tough week. I know I'm hard to love sometimes, but you keep loving me right back." Unfortunately, we must bid adieu to someone who loved themselves the beach, especially on the big screen.
Who's that?
A professional lifeguard has died after he was attacked by a shark.
My God.
Full circle. Also,
This is in California?
A lot of shark attacks going on lately. Or is this
Really?
the new airplane freak out that we're just catching it on video?
I don't know. I feel like there's been a bunch this year.
But he was surfing off the island of Oahu.
How do you spell it?
It's Oahu.
Oahu.
Oahu. Oh, and that's not the clip of him being attacked and killed, but
sounded like it.
It was in Hawaii, and his name is Tomeo Perry, or was, and he died in the attack near Goat Island.
Okay.
And you may not know the name, but you have seen him on the big screen. He was also featured in Pirates of the Caribbean. From what I heard, he was also in Blue Crush, and there was another
I remember that movie.
And I'm missing the third one. Chat, help me out. But he has passed away, a legendary waterman and highly respected. And they say that it's a tragic loss. And now he's in the big surf in the sky. Man,
damn, that's brutal. And if a shark kills you, that's not a nip and leave situation. That means that thing got a hold of him.
Yeah, that's the main artery, without a doubt. But his personality was infectious. And apparently so was his body. For the sharks. Elon Musk, move over, Nick Cannon, because it seems as if Elon is the one with all the babies. Last week, it was reported that Elon Musk had 11 children, which seemed like a lot at the time, but the number appears to be incorrect. In fact, he has yet another previously unreported child, according to new reports published over the weekend. Total number of children for Muskie Boy now appears to be 12.
Jeez.
So maybe he should sponsor the UCF Stadium so he could fit all of his children in there.
You know what's weird is that, Nick Cannon overall gave all of his children weird names.
Mm-hmm.
But Elon Musk, he has some kids that, there's a Damien.
He goes to, the third keyboard in your iPhone and picks all those symbols.
But there's a couple of them that have normal names?
There's a Vivian Jenna. Saxon is a little weird. Damien's
Saxon.
fine. And then there's Techno Mechanicus Musk.
There you have it. Thanksgiving should be awesome.
Those are the ones with Grimes. I think the kids with Grimes got the weirdest names, maybe.
This guy right here.
50 Cent.
Oh, he's going to open up a new candy shop to make up for the millions upon millions of dollars that a hacker apparently gained after hacking his website and social medias.
Ooh.
It was over the weekend that 50 Cent hopped on IG to clarify that he had no association with $G-Unit cryptocurrency, despite his website and his X accounts advertising it earlier that day. 50 added that it was the work of a hacker who made off with a pretty large sum after scamming his fans. My Twitter and thisis50.com was hacked. I have no association with this crypto. However, within 30 minutes, that hacker made $300 million.
Damn. Gee, that's a lot.
Off of 50's fans being idiots. And
They call them Fidiots.
Thank you, C-Line. Thank you so much. I was going to be on page 2,
No, thank
but
you.
I have run out of time, it seems. Ah, man, and I have so much more to go.
You got time for one more?
All right. A big congratulations. Their friendship just seems to continue to flourish, and not just within themselves, Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg, but flourish with all their fan bases. Thanks to Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
Thank you. Snoop Dogg now has an unexpected fan, a 91-year-old woman named Phyllis in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Phyllis got to see Snoop in the concert last week, the big concert, as they say, and he gave her a hug and a kiss, and now it's gone viral, and I thought it'd be a fun ending song. We have Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals on ABC. Go Hockey team.
Panthers.
Well, also the Summer Olympic trials, just fully lisp on my own. Name That Tune on Fox, the 1% Club on Fox as well, and Martin Short will be guest hosting on Kimmel with Steve Martin and Imagine Dragons. So let's see if they bring the thunder. Follow your dreams on me on Instagram. That's Sabrina Amber. I just posted a new video today. Get to see the RV that I brought over to Bonnaroo. And would love for you to give me a follow as well. But most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we return, we have so much to get into still. I got some of these pretty unhinged and funny clips from over the weekend where Trump is getting geared up for this debate this week. This is going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting. We got the Karen Reed story that we are going to talk about. We'll do that. We'll go in depth and catch everybody up. Sort of an explainer, and then, get into the debate of things for jury duty today so we can get ready for that trial. And a steal of a deal on a house in San Francisco. Yes, it is for real, but there's just one little hitch in this whole thing. One little thing that you might not have been expected about this house for $488,000 in San Francisco. What's making it so cheap? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio has your chance to win a trip to see the Eagles perform at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. Just listen to Real Radio 104.1 on our free iHeartRadio app to qualify to win.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most. Attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
In St. Augustine, Ponte Vedra, it might feel like there's not enough time to take everything in. Because once you're done exploring 42 miles of pristine coast, marveling at historical architecture, and enjoying world-class food, it'll be time to check out and head home. But that's okay. You can always stay just one more day. Visit FloridasHistoricCoast.com to learn more. It's about time.
Hey there, homeowners. Russ Rollins here. Are you tired of staring at a cold, unused pool? It's time to make a change. Spring is the perfect time to add solar heat to your pool and enjoy it year-round. Solar Source customers, they enjoy family time, nighttime pool parties, movie nights, birthdays, and even low-impact workouts. Don't let your pool be a monthly expense with no enjoyment. Schedule a free consultation from solarsource.com/monsters. Remember, friends of Russ Rollins save even more money.
In this week's Marketers Report, Angela Zapata, CMO Hyundai Motor America, discusses measuring audio.
The measurement capability within audio, I think, surprised all of us. We have seen a huge return on our investment. Seeing real numbers has helped us continue to invest.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the data, audiences, and influencers you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
CoverGirls don't need a filter. Introducing CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence, the skincare makeup hybrid that delivers a plump, more youthful-looking complexion. Made with a plant-based retinol alternative, it reduces the appearance of wrinkles and increases skin's firmness. Pigmented capsules burst and blend, leaving a sheer, even tint, while hydrating for up to 24 hours. Available in 8 adaptable shades. Radiant skin is only a pump away with CoverGirl Simply Ageless Essence.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
At Fence Outlet, we're proud to be Central Florida's top fencing contractor. And we're celebrating 30 years of framing your family memories. Here's to many more years with you at the center. Thanks for 30 great years. Visit us online at fenceoutlet.com.
Enjoying the news junkie? You've probably heard a ton of injury attorney commercials, but if you are injured and need a lawyer, who's the right lawyer for you? That's why we offer our 30-day risk-free trial. If you are not 100% satisfied with the way we treat you and your case within the first 30 days, you can take your file back and you owe us nothing. No fees, no costs, and no questions asked. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com. Go to JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Can't escape the office this summer? Make your workdays tastier with delicious savings from EasyCater, the #1 site for workplace catering, with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $40 when you order from participating restaurants. These scrumptious discounts are available exclusively on EasyCater.com. So order some food for work and save some green with delicious summer savings. Order now at EasyCater.com. Order must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See offer details.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. You're listening to the News Junkie. Sean Wasson.
Once you'll be rewarded with a magnet from Game of Magnets. Got to be on your A game. And don't forget the return of Fritz on the Street this week in a couple of days. And we got the big debate on Thursday. We're even probably moving secret shows around so we can follow the debate. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely how you follow the debate. It's not, there's no other alternate.
You got other
reason.
things?
Yeah,
what else you got going on?
What do you the Monsters Comedy Show?
Oh, okay. All right. For me, I have to see what's happening with this thing. I think it's going to be interesting and dramatic, but...
What time is the debate on Thursday?
I would guess around 7 or 8 or something, but I'm not sure at the moment. We'll get everybody geared up for that in the next couple of days here. We'll also get into this house in San Francisco that is a steal of a deal. There's just one hitch, and it's kind of a big one. We'll get into that.
It's 9 p.m. Eastern and goes 90 minutes.
Is it? That's late. That's later than I had thought it would be. 9 p.m. it starts?
The event starts at 9 p.m.
These guys are almost both 80. One of them's in his 80s. The other one's in his late 70s.
Going to take a really big siesta before the thing, and then at 9 p.m. It'll be moderated by Jake Tapper and Dana Bash and run for 90 minutes.
You know how I feel about that Jake Tapper. Whatever.
If you just Google Jake Tapper, he compared the president to Adolf Hitler.
Well, let me tell you something. If you, in an argument with me, are going to tell me to Google something, that's one of the key indicators that you have lost that argument with me. Like if you just Google it, it will go. This is like Candace Owens logic, like logic of really smooth-brained people who are just really, 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 really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, even though I just went after Candace Owens, who's on the right, will get no credit. I'll still have people on Twitter who are like, you just got to admit it, Sean. You're a Trump supporter. You love him, Sean. You're MAGA. And it's like, oh, man, what a weirdo, deranged life you're living. If you like, you got a purity test that if people don't pass it for you, you just say, oh, this is who you support, no matter what you say. It doesn't matter. It's so weird. It's super weird behavior.
It does say here on this article that I'm reading that the debate, while it's going to be at CNN Studios in Atlanta and it'll be streamed on Max, viewers without cable or a cable login that you would usually have to use to get on one of these things can go on CNN's website and watch it for free, it looks like.
Oh, that's cool. That's smart that they're doing that. I like that.
I wonder how much advertisers are paying for that.
Oh, lots. It's going to bring big numbers. For sure, that's going to bring in some big numbers. People want to see if Biden is a mess or will he keep it together. If Biden has this is my take on the debate before it happens, okay? If Biden doesn't fall apart and Biden seems like competent enough, like he doesn't have a bunch of old man moments and he doesn't get like steamrolled and screw up a whole bunch of stuff and get angry, if he just like performs okay, it'll be a win for him. It'll be an absolute win for him. All he has to do is perform okay.
We should find there has to be some prop bets going already, right?
Oh, I'm sure there's some stuff you can bet on.
I'm excited for when they turn Trump's mic off and then you could hear it faintly in Biden's mic.
Not
screaming.
True.
Do you think he'll walk his ass over to Biden's mic just to get hurt?
I thought about that.
Bring
It would
his
be
own
hilarious.
Oh, that would be interesting. I don't know how far all of this is going to go. But if Biden does have one of those like old man Delulu moments on the stage, then it could be catastrophic for him. I think it could be really bad. All he has to do is perform okay, and he's got himself a win. And then honestly, after that,
when you say catastrophic for him, you mean not getting picked for the nomination?
I don't think that that's in the cards, no matter what. I think that he'll be the nominee, even if he has a bunch of old man
I don't
moments.
think it's in the cards either, but I talked to some people who did, and I was like, no way. No
it's
way.
Way too late. It's just like, it would be a guaranteed loss if they switched up the candidate right now. Who are they going to pick?
Who would even be up for it?
Yeah,
Exactly.
like Hillary, who's not, the same people who don't want Biden are going to find the same reasons to dislike Hillary. It's going to be Biden. But there is a percentage of people that can be swayed right now, and they're total normies, and they're people mostly under the age of like 40, I would say.
Sure. I mean, it's a lot of in Pennsylvania I saw, and it's people who even have voted for Trump twice, but they want to see how this all goes down, and
I
they're
think
going to be the ones watching.
I think these people who are that can be swayed could be swayed by this debate, and I think that Biden's age is one of their biggest concerns. So if they look up and they see Biden on their TV and they go, I think this guy can make it through 4 more years. I think he'll make it through 4 more years, and I think better him than the other guy, then that's a big win for Biden. But if he looks like old man in the headlights and Alzheimer's strikes him multiple times and he glitched McConnell's during this debate,
right?
I think those remaining people who are super worried about age could be swayed by this. So that's why it's going to be interesting.
So it says they're not allowed to bring pre-written notes or props. So that they, if there's any
props,
would be hilarious, wouldn't it?
Well, you saw
Carrot Top up there.
Now, can we do a debate where you allow props? Because that would be fun.
There have been. We saw that debate that was like a really kind of an exhibition match because neither of these people, at least DeSantis was trying to run for president, but Gavin Newsom was not. And they did that debate, and DeSantis brought that stupid poop map. He just pulled it out of his pocket and unfolded this printout of here's where all the poop is in California. And so there's definitely been props at debates before, but they're not allowed to have anything pre-written, which I guess, they'll just have to rely on their memory if there's any of that training they've done. And I think this is super weird that they go to these lengths, but I guess, whatever. Have your fun, make your paycheck. A coin toss determined podium positions.
Really?
And the order of closing statements. So according to CNN, a coin toss, much like if you were in football and you're playing for the NFL, Biden's campaign won the coin toss and chose the podium to the viewer's right.
Wow. Okay. All right. So he won already.
Is there somebody who said, guys, we got to make sure we get that right podium? Because that's
interesting.
what people like better.
There must be some psychology. Yeah, there's got to be. They're not doing that for no reason. Like when a football team does it, they'll do it because of the wind or because of what. They must say, like, visually, I wonder if it could be as wacky as, like, potential voters see Biden as far off to the left. So we want him on the right side of the screen.
You know what? It absolutely could be something like that. But it also says... so they chose the podium. As a result, the Trump team chose to deliver the final closing statement of the evening.
All right.
And I'm going, if you have the chance to deliver the final closing statement, I think I would skip over choosing which podium. I think I would choose the closing statement instead.
Yeah, last word. Last word is huge.
Unless it's utter chaos. And you better hope, if it's an S show, and they're like, all right, now it's time for closing statements, you hope that everyone's still watching or they exhausted from it and ready for it to be over.
A ballsy move would be if it was a total S show, especially for Biden, if Trump in his final statements was like, I don't think I have to say anything. I think you've seen the reason why this man is not fit for 4 more years in office, and they just like drop the mic and be done with it. It's going to be fun. I'm ready for it. I'm excited.
What do you think Biden would say to Trump if it was the other way around?
I think Biden would say, you've seen how divisive this man is and how much he's willing to do for the pursuit of power at all costs. He's going to bring up January 6th. He'll bring up all of that stuff. I think that they both have ways to go after each other, but Biden's got to be lucid. They gotta get him ready to go.
Biden needs to pull a B rabbit. And just like take all the things that Trump would say about him, say them already, and just like completely take the wind out of his sails.
It's gonna be something. All right, let's go. Oh, I have a question for both of you, but I'm gonna wait. We'll wait until the next segment to talk about that. Real quick, this is a house in San Francisco that I talked about. In San Francisco, there's a place called Russian Hill, and there's a home at 30 Northview Court that is for sale, and it's a house in San Francisco for sale for $488,000. Now, that seems like a really good deal, considering how much stuff costs in California, and more specifically in San Francisco. You could sell a shack for $1 million plus. You could just sell the land for $1 million plus. You could get a lot. But this 3-bedroom home in San Francisco's Russian Hill neighborhood is up for sale for a steal, just $488,000. There's a catch. You may not be able to move in for 30 years. That's the catch.
Yeah.
It's a one-of-a-kind listing that drew a long line of prospective buyers last week. My husband came in and said, you got to look out the window. There's a line from the house all the way to the middle of the block right there. It's a 1,100 square foot home at 30 Northview Court in San Francisco. The price tag is raising eyebrows. A 7-bedroom home in San Jose sold for $700,000. This seems like a steal, right? Well, for a habitable home, sure, da-da-da. They said one of the issues is the buyer won't be able to move until 2053, which is 30 years. So
what? Is that like common?
No.
You would buy a home that you can't get into for 30 years?
No, it's tenant occupied, and the house is going to be sold as is. According to listen,
who signed a 50-year lease on his home?
It says it's a very, very long rental lease that's currently being offered to the individual. The current tenant pays $417 a month for rent.
Oh, come on.
Woo-wee. That ain't bad. I think they might have like owned the property. This might be it's not called a reverse mortgage, is it? What's the name of the mortgage that you could do where you sell equity in your house, and when you die, the bank gets your house. It's not is that a reverse mortgage? Look up reverse mortgage. That mortgage guy, Don's the guy for this, really, truly. But look up reverse mortgage. I think that might be the same thing, because it seems like that's what they're doing here. They go, we'll make it so you can only pay $417 a month for rent.
No.
You're good to go.
Reverse mortgage is where the amount the homeowner owes to the lender goes up over time instead of down.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about then. Somebody on chat, let me know what you do. Like older people, it's kind of predatory. The banks will give them money. Wynn's saying reverse mortgage, but that's not. Celine just looked it up. That doesn't sound like the same thing. The banks give these older people money. The older people get to survive on that money, and they get to live in the house. But when they die, the bank takes the house, and that's sort of the trade-off that they have
Hey,
there.
bank here, gonna die soon? Let's help you out.
We'll give you some money so you have some fun in your final days here. Sun State John is saying reverse mortgage. They're saying reverse mortgage, but it doesn't match up with what's
I might be wrong.
or maybe that definition is just a weird one or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyhow, that's what it is. You pay $488,000 now, and you can move in 2053.
Well, so what would be the mortgage on $488,000? What is it? 488,000. You're doing a 30-year mortgage, probably.
Yeah, current interest rates probably $3,500 a month is my guess. Depends on how much money you put down, obviously. It's just
Beep boop beep boop.
$1,300 a month without
that's way lower.
that's without interest. That's
without interest.
No interest. That's just dividing it up into monthly payments over 30 years, and so that's $1,355 minus $417.
Mm-hmm.
That's
My head hurts.
$938 more than that because of the interest that you're paying to not live somewhere for 30 years.
Somewhere, right? Yeah, that's a tough buy-in. You go, I'm going to retire here 30 years from now.
The long con would be, and I don't even know if it would ever be worth this, but in 30 years, how much more than less than $500,000 do you think this property would be worth?
To the beach?
Oh, yeah. It would have to be a total cratering of the housing market in those 30 years for it not to be an absolute steal. We got a little bit of time. Let's work in some stuff here. Let's go to Trump. He was out this weekend. He's saying some stuff on the trail, getting ready for this debate. He keeps talking about Biden getting some kind of shot. Like he's going to get a shot before the debate. They're going to jack him up on something. Here we go.
That stuff that went missing. Good and strong.
Yeah.
So a little before debate time, he gets a shot in the ass, and that's. They want to strengthen him up. So he comes out. He'll come out. I say he'll come out all jacked up, right? All jacked up.
All jacked up. They're going to shoot him in the ass. What else do we have here? Because I want to get some of these out of the way. There's a lot of people who are anti-Trump. Let's give a little oxygen to the other side here, who are saying this was an embarrassing moment for Trump. He was not being coherent, and even Fox News pulled away. I haven't heard this yet. Let's listen.
Where there's so much water, you don't know what to do with it. You know, it's called rain. It rains a lot in certain places. But no, their idea, you know, did you see the other day? They just put, I opened it up and they closed it again. I opened it, they closed it. Washing machines to wash your dishes.
What?
There's a problem. They don't want you to have any water.
I'm excited for Thursday.
And you were just listening to former President Trump and...
Oh, so they're saying, like, he was getting a little wacky, and they're like, well,
we've got to talk about something else.
I don't remember the battle against washing machines. Was that along with this, like, gas stove thing that was floated around for a while?
Maybe. We don't know what he's talking about.
All right,
you have gas washing machines? You have gas dryers. I know that.
Yeah, that's a thing for sure. This one is for C-Lane, because somebody you might recognize was at a baseball game.
Yeah.
And they were covering this particular gentleman, Dave Matthews Band, and he's with some dude, and he's
I don't know.
the game.
Oh, they found a Dave Matthews Band fan in the...
So they got a fan of Dave Matthews Band who's wearing a Dave Matthews Band shirt.
What are the odds?
but doesn't know that Dave Matthews Band is there.
You know who's next to him?
Matthews.
You know who's next to him that I had to Google to make sure it was her. I believe that's his wife, Ashley.
Is it really?
She's not very
you guys
public.
have the same named wife?
We do, yes.
Right here?
I think, I think that looks like her. She's not very in the public eye. Like, I don't think she's on a lot of his. I don't think he operates his own social media. I don't think he has since like Twitter first started.
Right.
But yeah, she's not very public. So aside from like her attending the Grammys with him and stuff, there's not a lot of pictures of her.
You only see half of her face here, so she's still. They're both at the same stadium. He has no idea Dave Matthews Band
The guy finds out. He runs across the field, banned forever.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Actually, you know what? We have time. We can work in a couple of dispatches. I'm just looking at the clock. We got to do this. Here goes nothing. All right, here is Frostbite with take on Julio Fulio, the rapper that got killed in Jacksonville.
What's going on, you guys? Happy Monday and the rest of the week as well. Just wanted to chime in about the Julio Fulio situation.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little bit of a backstory on that. So Julio Fulio allegedly is the leader of a gang in Jacksonville, Florida called KTA, which stands for Kill Them All.
Oh, great.
So he gained a lot of notoriety being a somewhat infamous rapper. If you look at his YouTube channel, look for the song called Dead Ops. It's like a 2.5 or 3.5 minute song. There's no chorus, there's no hook. All he does is list off about 30 people from rival gangs within Jacksonville that allegedly he directly or indirectly has had a hand in those people's passing.
Oh, nice.
So he just lists off like 30 plus people that have been shot and killed.
Hey, just to show you where we're at, somebody sent me a link to tipsathenewsjunkie.com, and they said one of his ops, or his enemies in Jacksonville, released a music video mocking his death, Julio Fulio's death. Yep, very quick flip. And put it on YouTube, a whole music video of his
Or
song.
shot the video, then shot Julio Fulio.
Very well could be. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to weigh in on this whole turf war here. This seems like bad ground
over there. Come on.
To get involved in with the folks who are just shooting each other like crazy.
Jacksonville, Florida, just being rival gang members. So the fact that Julio Fulio passed away at face value, given the history of everything, it's very, very difficult to feel sorry for him. I do have to agree with Sean on that. The only thing I do feel bad for is like his family and his friends. But aside from that, he was not living a very positive or loving life at all.
He's living a dangerous life, this guy. He catches up to you. That's the problem with this stuff. And the biggest pop you get in your career, unfortunately, is when you die. And how old was he, C-Line? Because you were saying he didn't make it to the
26.
26. He was 26? Okay. Well, so that means he was older than Tupac and Biggie when he died, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, C-Line and I were talking. It's still crazy when you think about, like, when I picture Biggie and Tupac in my head and I picture the things that they did, I picture them as much older.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
just because I was younger. Yeah.
Even seeing like all the shows that we grew up with,
Mhm.
and like I don't know, for me, like Sex and the City or Friends,
Right.
And they are younger than me now, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't understand because I don't feel like I look that way.
No,
Or am I leading my
isn't that
life
weird?
way?
It's
Yeah.
really confusing to your brain. I don't know why that happens. It's whatever age you're introduced to somebody, that's where you lock them in your head or something. Okay, we'll get to more of these dispatches. We'll get to Karen Reed. That'll be in jury duty coming up in about 20 minutes. And I got to tell you guys a story about this weekend. And I want to see if this ever happened to you during your childhood. Okay. If so,
trauma.
Might be some trauma unpacking that we're all going through here in just a moment. But I saw this happen this weekend. I was like, whoa, is this more of a thing than I thought or what? What is it? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio.
It is
Monsters in the Morning.
Which would you rather do for $50 million? Fight Mike Tyson for real?
Where he fights you for real?
Or 3 wieners?
The 3 wieners.
Yeah, I'll take 3
Mike Tyson will kill you.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details.
Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table, so let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back where it belongs, in your hands. If you have a quote already, you can get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare quote button, and Don will review your quote today. He'll let you know if you got the best deal or make sure to get you the best deal. He's looking out for you. He has your best interest in mind. He is your friend. So don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
and more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
Glad to finally have you over. What do you think? You could install a bay window to let in more natural light over there. Huh? Sorry.
Sorry, it's just that I saved hundreds on my Navy Federal Credit Union home equity loan. Now I see potential home improvement projects everywhere.
Learn more about how our home equity loans with no closing costs can help you get more from your home base at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender. Membership required. Loan subject to change.
This is Attorney Jeff Kaufman for the injured law firm of Kaufman & Lind. I'd like to thank some of the people in my firm who make this possible. Craig Lind, Christian Schlereth, Ken Schoenberger, Natalie Bailey, Sarah Burkhalter, Bree Lopez, Ashley Larson, Skylar Farazi, Renee Rosso, Catherine Ewing, Delaney Hogue, Patty Hotchkiss, Christopher Hunt, Christopher Diaz, Matthew Fondren, Jonathan Lamb, Sam Korth, Bridget Lind, David Love, Haley Weedman, and Alex Francis. I can't thank you enough. Contact us at winunions.com or dial pound 546. Offices Orlando.
Frank Gay Services has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with our expert service. Experienced, professional, friendly, and speedy care that earned us thousands of 5-star reviews. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatello. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. We've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As a military dad, I'll admit my first deployment didn't go great for my kids. I wasn't ready. So every time I'm gone, I just focus on doing small things better. I schedule video calls during their dinner so we can still eat together. I read books they're reading so we can talk about them. I send them an email every day. It just takes a little effort. But it's worth it, guys.
Dads, duty matters in and out of uniform. So choose to be a father first today.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still R-O-L-A-I-D-S.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting?
Everything you need to know. Is she guilty? Is she innocent? We'll find out in jury duty next. Real quick, wanted to share this because I was like, I bet a lot of people, I bet this happened to quite a few people when they were younger. But this weekend, Courtney and I are out, right? And we're walking by
you guys
this
at Disney
area.
Again?
Yes,
was it
we
Disney
were.
weekend? All right.
Well, we were at Epcot, I think. I don't remember. I don't recall correct. I don't know. We're one of the theme parks, right? And there's a place where
This guy is so theme parky, he doesn't even remember which theme park it was.
It's true. Happens all the time. You know, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm there. But we were at this place, and there was a split in the walkway. And in the middle of the split, like, think about it like the divider in the middle of the road where you have, like, the grass, and then there's another lane over there. There's a split, like the median. There's like a median in a sidewalk, and there was this big bushy area. And as I'm walking by, I see this couple, and the couple, their faces are like in the bushes, like they're like pushed up into the bushes. And I'm going, why are these people in the bushes over here? This is so bizarre to me. I'm looking over and I'm trying to like catch eyes with the woman who's smashing her face into the bushes. And I don't really, she's like hidden behind a leaf. And I'm trying to catch eyes with the guy. And then all of a sudden I say, oh, there's somebody else there. I said, there's another person here. This family is like pushed up against these bushes. And I look and I go, oh no, their little son is between them. And he's peeing in the bushes. In the middle of everything, he must have had emergency, hey, calling all cars. And the little kid, they've got him, and they lifted his shirt up to cover him. And the whole family is like snuggling into the bushes so this kid can pee in the bushes in the middle of a theme park in public. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, did my parents ever do that? Did I ever like pee in a very public spot when I was a kid like that?
Not in a theme park.
I don't think I did. The only thing I did like that, this is why I wanted to ask you guys if this ever happened to you. I have been in the position before where we were on the interstate or the turnpike in this instance, and there was not a stop close enough. And my dad said, "All right, damn it." And he pulled over the car and he goes, "Go into the bushes." And on the side of the highway, I had to, like a little kid. I'm a little kid. I wander into the bushes and I'm like peeing in the bushes as all these cars are flying by.
Oh, we had the pee-pee box.
You had a box?
Mind you, this is a family of 6.
All right.
4 of them are all under the age of 6 years old. 5.
Somebody's always got to pee.
Someone always has to pee. So there was like, remember back in the day, they used to have like the wet wipes in what looked like a giant Lego.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like a plastic box. It looked like a giant Lego.
Right.
Well, that box was utilized for a very long trip as the pee-pee box.
So you just like grab the box and just pee in it on the ride?
On the ride.
And then what happens?
It was a
You just
minivan.
wash out the box and then
I think they
go
just
right back
tossed
to
it.
Oh, get a new box. That makes more sense.
I don't know how many times the pee-pee box was utilized. I also feel like they probably didn't want that story for the public, but they had to do what they had to do, okay? And I live to tell the tale.
The only other time I did that was, speaking of theme parks, actually at a theme park. It was the top floor of the Universal Studios parking garage. And when I got there, I was like, it's so far into the park, into the first bathroom. I have to go. Like, I have to go so bad.
What do you mean into the park?
From the parking garage to get down, I don't even know if they had security at the time, but get down through security all the way into like where the first bathroom would be there was a ways, as best I knew at the time. And I didn't think I could make it. Like, I was like crippling, like crossing my legs and stuff.
You know that the parking garages do have bathrooms, right?
If so, I didn't think about it at the time. All I thought about was like, I have to go right now.
At the very earliest, that area that they've turned into their own little TSA, that big circle where all 3 parking garages emerge, and then you have the main people movers. There's bathrooms in that area.
In my brain, they didn't exist because I was like thinking of the closest one I knew, and I go, this is super far. Also, Landscape on YouTube says, yeah, we used to use condoms and flower beds. If I was a little kid and my parents had me pee in condoms, that would be so weird. That seems bizarre. I don't know, man.
You use those as kids?
Yeah, I mean, like giving your kid a condom and saying pee in this is super weird to me.
And where does the flower bed come in?
That's where you toss them, I guess. Or
Imagine, and that's how your little sister was born. Because when mommy and daddy went to go make love, you had used the last condom to pee in?
I would be so weirded out by peeing in a condom.
And you know what? Kids these days, they're so lucky because they also have car toilets now, like portable toilets.
Yeah.
In which you could sit on it, and then it comes with a bag, just like a poop bag for dogs, and you toss it out.
All I had at the time was a vitamin water in the car.
And y'all are so lucky too with that aspect as well that you could just.
Well, it was the big, tall vitamin water, and I go, I should be good here. This thing's huge.
You filled that up,
and I start peeing, and then I get like 3/4, and I go, whoa. We got a problem here. They're like, this is not slowing down at all, and I'm running out of bottle.
Oh,
and
buddy.
I'm in the back seat of a car.
You got to practice your Pegels.
I had 0 Pegels at the time, or nor do I now. And I said, oh, my God, what are we going to do? And I swear to you, I ended up rounding out, the whole event. And if you looked at the top of the bottle of that Smart Water, it was flat, like an infinity pool. I mean, it made, I was so close to a disaster where once again I was wandering around in public with pee in my pants. You don't want that. You don't want that for yourself.
Once again.
Yeah, he peed himself, remember?
I didn't pee myself. It's a technicality, okay? I've told this story. I've already embarrassed myself with this, but I said one time at my place in Chicago, there used to be a big split between the top of the toilet seat, like the seat, and then the bottom portion.
Oh, yeah, and you pee right through it. Yeah.
You go right through and pee on the back of your pants, and then I didn't realize it. And I was like on the train to work, and I go, oh God, that's me. I'm the smell. I'm the source
so
of this.
Embarrassing.
It was bad. It was bad. I'm never going to do that again. Okay, Karen Reed, Behaw says, can we please get the Karen Reed in all caps? I'm sorry. We're getting to that when we come back. As I said, in jury duty, we'll do the full dive on this. We'll see what everybody
I
thinks.
dare you to not ever get to it, but tease it every single segment.
This is it. This is it. Just a couple of minutes, and we're right back at it. And we'll see where everybody lands. I'll give you the full overview because we're getting ready for a verdict on this one before too long. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
All aboard for Real Yacht Rock Weekends. Every weekend this summer on Real Radio 104.1.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Playing receiver has become one of the more lucrative positions in all of football. But much like the quarterbacking position, there doesn't seem to be much of a middle ground when negotiating new deals. And with rookie receivers coming into the league more polished than ever, unless you're looking for a contract similar to Devontae Smith.
Crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Lately, living on my own has become a little harder. That's why my daughter and I both love Innovage Pace. My neighborhood Innovage Center has my doctor, my dentist, and my physical therapist. Even activities and lunch with my friends, all in one place. And with Medicare and Medicaid, I qualify at no cost. I get the care I need and more time to enjoy with my daughter. To learn more, call Innovage Pace today at 689-400-8785 or visit Innovage.com.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Ah, summer in Florida. You know, that fun season of watching the thermostat like a hawk, not to mention your power bills. Keep the AC in and the heat and humidity out with new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen delivers custom-designed, energy-saving windows and doors, and that's because their unique Fibrex material combines elegance and resilience, offering double the strength of traditional vinyl. And they offer a seamless experience from design to installation, providing durable affordable windows and doors in Florida that can stand up to Florida's weather. And now through the end of June, buy one window and or patio door and receive one 40% off. Plus 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 12 months. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring experienced window and door installers. Just go to rbafla.com for complete details. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Homeowners, are you dreaming of financial freedom? Welcome to Easy Knock. Your home equity converted into cash effortlessly. Convert the value of your home without the hassle of lender qualifications. That's right, no credit score or debt-to-income requirements. Just the money you need when you need it. Sell your house to Easy Knock for 100% fair market value and then rent it back, getting the cash and flexibility you need. That's right, 100% of fair market value, and you get to stay where you are. No moving boxes, no goodbyes to neighbors, just the home you love with the financial freedom you've always dreamed of. No leaving behind your cherished memories, no moving headaches. With Easy Knock, you keep living in the home you love. Why wait? Join thousands of Easy Knock satisfied customers nationwide who've converted their equity into opportunity. Visit EasyKnock.com today and step into a brighter, financially secure tomorrow. Terms and conditions apply. Easy Knock sale leaseback products are not available in Massachusetts and select states and markets. Purchase price includes a mix of cash and an option.
I'm John Morgan, here to urge you to vote yes on Amendment 3 and legalize the adult use of marijuana. When I ran the first 2 amendments to bring medical marijuana to Florida, the politicians lied about everything, and now they're doing it again. They said then, and they're saying now, that smoke will be everywhere. That's nonsense and a complete lie. If Amendment 3 passes, adults can safely use marijuana, but not in public places. That's in the law and in the Constitution, just like with tobacco. So now let's finish what I started, and don't believe the lying liars in Tallahassee. Join me, John Morgan, in voting yes for the people and for Amendment 3.
Vote yes on Amendment 3. Safe, regulated, responsible. Paid political advertisement paid for by Smart and Safe Florida, 1400 Village Square Boulevard, Suite 3321, Tallahassee, Florida, 32312.
You can't escape the office this summer? Make your workdays tastier with delicious savings from EasyCater, the #1 site for workplace catering, with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $40 when you order from participating restaurants. These scrumptious discounts are available exclusively on EasyCater.com. So order some food for work and save some green with delicious summer savings. Order now at EasyCater.com. Order must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See offer details.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's. Right now, get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select battery 2-pack. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/20. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is
The real question is, did she do it? Talking about Karen Reed in the murder trial, and we're going to get a verdict on this, I believe, this week. I think we may get a verdict this week. And I have my answer to that question and the evidence that I found compelling enough to come to that conclusion, which we're going to do in jury duty. Real quick, a couple of emails, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And John emails. He says, hello, Sean. John the Exterminator here. That clip of Trump shows how this whole debate is going to be 2 incoherent old men rambling. So we're screwed either way, huh? Gotta love how Fox News is trying to run damage control just like MSNBC is for Biden. Giant Meteor 2024 is my vote at this point. Outlook not so good, John. Outlook not so good. Justin emails, just wants to give a movie suggestion for everybody. He says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Take
Crying
Shelter.
about not having any movies?
I'm so sad. Give me a movie. Take Shelter on Hulu. Watch it and don't spoil it. If you like a good twist, he says. Take Shelter on Hulu. I am not familiar with that.
Oh, but I have been watching because of both of you talking about it. Was Your Honor. Blew through that this weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that.
I found it very fascinating. Now, I started the second season last night, which really just took a turn.
I haven't seen that. I've only seen the first season. And the first season,
like
to me,
reaching for anything, or it'll have some, I don't know, satisfaction at the end. But
I felt like it all could happen. I felt like that could be a thing where,
for sure,
like a judge, his kid gets wrapped up in something. He's trying to be a good person, but he wants to be a good father too, and it gets complicated.
I feel like it could happen in a smaller town. I forget where Your Honor is based out of.
New Orleans.
Yeah, okay. But it seems like a little too big of a town to have that go down. Like, if you were just a little, like, I'm thinking more like the area in South Carolina where that one lawyer, Murdoch, was kind of like running everything. That kind of small town stuff.
Good old boys, and like people are glad handed with the police officers, and justice isn't what you would expect it to be.
Have
all
you started the new season of The Boys yet, boys?
No.
Oh gosh, I didn't even get through the second season of The Boys. I'm so behind.
I need to talk to somebody about this.
I saw some people complaining about that, and they were like, "What the hell? The Boys is woke," and it showed
woke. Welcome to the fourth season.
It was a scene in The Boys where they were mocking like how right wingers think everybody is pedos and all this stuff, and I was like, for what it's worth, it doesn't seem like you've been paying much attention, because the whole thing about the Homelander character is mocking overly patriotic Americans who are just like blindly faithful to stuff like that, and it's like it's sort of been poking fingers at those people the entire time. It almost seems like some people just caught onto the joke. It's like, wait, hold on. You didn't see this was happening? All right.
But they took the gnarliness up a notch.
I'm still so far behind on that. I may go back and revisit it.
Please.
We spent some time this weekend watching that 3-episode thing about Sherry Papini. Yeah. And
damn it, I need to watch that.
Oh my God. I have not seen until this moment a couple of things. One, the brand that was on her. And two, the damage that she did to her own body to make it look like somebody had kidnapped her.
No spoiler alerts.
It was disgusting what she did to herself. She had like open sores all over her body that they showed. Oh God, it was so bad.
Can't wait to watch over dinner later.
Oh man, it was something. And like this guy that she was at his house. It was like such a weird thing. Anyways, if you didn't catch up on the Sherry Papini story, if you don't know much about that, or even if you do and you just want to know a little bit more, I think it's on Hulu ? 3-episode series about Sherry Papini. I saw Fritz posting about it on Facebook, and I was like, ooh, I want to see that.
Perfect Wife or something like that?
Yeah. The Perfect Wife. And her husband's like a cornball, I don't know, like weirdo dude, where there were a lot of it was him going, yeah, she's super hot. So like, I was just super, it doesn't seem like his brain is operating on a super high level, but he was so faithful to her through and through, and he like stayed until like the finish line. Like stayed so far, like just staying by his wife's side.
There's a lot of people that don't know this story. Like my girlfriend and I started it, and she's like, so she's dead? And I'm like, you're going to have to wait and see. And then I passed out. But that being said, there are a lot of people who are not very familiar with the case. We were obsessed with it when it first came up, but I'm
because it was
to see
just
this documentary.
It was impossible to think that somebody would do that to themselves, but it's absolutely the truth.
Oh, and when we come back from the commercial break, we're going to get into the Karen Reed
They're getting mad.
trial.
I'm so
you have
sorry.
all of 30 seconds.
I'm so sorry. Okay, let me give you the nuts and bolts real quick, and then when we come back, I'll get into if she's guilty or not in my estimation, and the evidence about this. Here's the nuts and bolts to the Karen Reed story. Here are the characters. You got Karen Reed and her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, okay? And Karen Reed and her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, are out at the first important location, which is the bar. They go to the bar and they tie one on, and they're drinking. She's drinking vodka sodas like it's water, and she's in the middle of the desert, right? She's pounding vodka sodas. They close the bar down. Celine, you're familiar with that activity. Closing the bar.
So are you.
I've done it before, too, many times. They closed the bar down. And John O'Keefe, her boyfriend, he is like, let's keep the party going. They're inviting us back to their house. We can have a couple of drinks with these friends of theirs and have like a nightcap. And Karen Reed's less interested in keeping the drinking going because she's absolutely hammered. So they jump into Karen Reed's SUV, and boyfriend John O'Keefe is in the passenger side. And they drive to the second important location, which is 34 Fairview Road in Canton, Ohio, where the friends lived. And it was in that driveway that her boyfriend was found dead the next morning in the snow. And there are two potential things that you could believe. You could believe that Karen Reed, who was fighting with her boyfriend and incredibly intoxicated, plowed into him with her SUV and left him for dead on the ground. And his friends thought he never arrived, so they didn't go outside to greet him or anything and see that he was dead, and he died in the snow. Or you agree with Karen Reed and half of Canton, Ohio.
Canton, Massachusetts.
Canton, Massachusetts. Thank you for the correction. Canton, Massachusetts. You agree with half of the people who think that this woman is absolutely innocent. They think Karen Reed is innocent. They think that there were some cops who lived at this 34 Fairview Road, and there was some bad blood with their son. And they believe that there was a fight and that her boyfriend was attacked, and then maybe he was even bitten by the dog, and then they left him outside in the snow to cover up his death. Right? That's what her side of the story is. Karen Reed said, I did not hit him with the car. I did not kill my boyfriend. He was killed by these people, and they covered up everything. And there's some pretty tantalizing evidence to suggest that Karen Reed, maybe her conspiracy has some truth to it. Pretty tantalizing stuff. For example, in 34 Fairview Road, where her boyfriend was found dead in the snow in front of this house, the cop who lived there, his wife, Googled that very night, how long does it take for a body to die in the snow? And that seems pretty fishy, right?
Yeah.
That seems a little fishy. And there was some other things that came up where you go, oh, wow. Like, for instance, they had her vehicle. And they said that they had towed her vehicle away to bring it into evidence to investigate it at a certain time. And the actual time that they did it was over an hour before that. And she said, this gave them enough time to smash out my back taillight and to frame me for this so that the cops could get their way and put me, an innocent person, behind bars. So, yeah, there's some real tantalizing stuff. John O'Keefe was a police officer. The people whose house they were going to after the bar for the nightcap, there were some cops that lived there too. And so was this like a good old boys covering up a crime and hiding their tracks and blaming it on this innocent woman, Karen Reed? So there's the nuts and bolts of this. And this verdict is going to probably come down this week. But I was swayed by a couple of pieces of information on this case, a couple of pieces of evidence that made me feel real confident what I think happened here. We'll go over those when we come back and see what you think about this case if you've been following it as well. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Record that dispatch right now. That is coming up next on The News Junkie.
Real Radio has your chance to win a trip to see the Eagles perform at the Sphere in Las Vegas, courtesy of Live Nation. Just listen to Real Radio 104.1 on our free iHeartRadio app to qualify to win.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's Savings. Now that's speaking the Lowe's language. And with My Lowe's Rewards, your savings just keep coming with member-only offers. Learn more about their new loyalty program at Lowes.com/MyLowe'sRewards. Subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Can't escape the office this summer? Make your workdays tastier with delicious savings from EasyCater, the #1 site for workplace catering, with over 100,000 restaurants to choose from. Save up to $40 when you order from participating restaurants. These scrumptious discounts are available exclusively on EasyCater.com. So order some food for work and save some green with delicious summer savings. Order now at EasyCater.com. Order must be placed and received between June 24th and July 5th. Restrictions apply. See offer details.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322. 800-954-3322.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they will tell you it's the best thing they've ever done. And more often than not, they'll add, I should have done it sooner. So what are you waiting for? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. They've performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures using the latest state-of-the-art technology. If finances aren't concerned, they offer 24-month interest-free financing. Text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Kohberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire, or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up?
I'm tired of feeling so bloated.
That used to be me. Then I got this.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right?
Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
on the show, go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first, second, third, whatever dispatch right now. We're talking about this Karen Reed murder trial, which has people so divided. And in Canton, Massachusetts, where this all went down, people are like not talking to each other, fighting with each other. Reporters are showing up at some of the family members, like kids' baseball games, and screaming at them on live streams. And it's just
Get
a lot.
hobby.
Yeah, it's a lot of really, really bad behavior that's spinning out of this Karen Reed murder trial. I've got a very, very high-tech enhanced visual for those of you brave enough to watch the show at thenewsjunkie.com/live or on YouTube and Twitch.
Here goes.
All right, so you can see there's 3 key locations in this story. All right?
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know you needed a visual. My wife would have drawn it out for you.
That would have been great. The
What
snow
did you
and
go
everything.
to for this?
This is paint. I'm just doing it in paint here. Yeah, JSPaint.app. The bar, 34 Fairview, and the O'Keefe House are the 3 important parts in this Karen Reed murder
Do we
trial.
even have the budget for this, Sean?
This is really tapping into it, but I thought it would be worthwhile. And so everybody, including the couple, Karen Reed and her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, who is a cop, and the other cop and his wife, they were all at the bar, and they were drinking. They shut the bar down, and she was just like pounding vodka sodas. And then they got into Karen Reed's SUV. John O'Keefe was on the passenger side, and he wanted to party more. He wanted to go with his friends and go back to 34 Fairview and have a couple more drinks. She was so hammered that she didn't really know if she wanted to do this. So they drove to 34 Fairview, the friend's house, and he gets out to go inside and have a nightcap. And she says, I'm going back to your place, because she stayed at the O'Keefe house. She stayed at his house when she was in the area. She had another house somewhere else, but she stayed there a lot. And he was about to go inside 34 Fairview. He never made it inside. He died in front of this house in the snow. They found him dead.
According to the prosecution.
Yeah, the next morning, according to the prosecution. And she says from 34 Fairview, she drove back to the O'Keefe house. She saw that his kids were still there. Tragic story. I believe his sister died, and she had 2 kids, and he took on
his
her
sister's
2 kids.
husband first died,
and then she died.
Yeah, and then she died. And
yeah,
now,
and so, and the O'Keefe guy seemed like a decent dude. Like he was taking on these kids and taking care of them. So she goes back to his house, and the kids are there. And Radio Michael 7 says, Charlie Day Wasson. I've got it all plotted out here. She goes back to his house, and she goes to sleep on the couch. And she wakes up, and then she goes, where is he? And she tries to call 34 Fairview, but doesn't have the number. And she wakes his daughter up upstairs and goes, what's the number? The daughter gives him the number. She frantically calls there and says, have you seen him? They go, no, we never saw him last night. And she's calling everybody. Did you see him? Did you see John O'Keefe? No, never saw him last night. And she gets some other people with her, and they're going around town. And she finds, even though it was incredibly hard to see, she was able to see it from a ways away. She's like, there he is. There's his body. And she jumps out of the vehicle in front of 34 Fairview, and he's in the snow, and they start doing like CPR. It's way too late. Like he's definitely dead. He's long dead. Now, the two competing versions of the story are Karen Reed, who's about to find out whether a jury is going to find her innocent or guilty in this murder charge. Karen Reed says she drove from the bar to 34 Fairview. She dropped off John O'Keefe. He went inside, and she went back to the O'Keefe house and went to sleep. Right? That's what she says, and didn't know until the next morning what was happening. What the prosecution says, what she's being charged with, is she left the bar absolutely hammered. She drove to 34 Fairview. She was fighting with her boyfriend. She backed into him with her SUV, knocking him on the ground. He fell into the snow, and that's where he ended up dying at some point in time. And then she drove away and went to the O'Keefe house. She says, her claim is, she dropped him off at 34 Fairview, and he went inside, and he's hanging out with these friends of his. And 34 Fairview, the guy's son who lived there, his son hated John O'Keefe, according to Karen Reed. And they must have gotten into a fight, and he ended up dying, and they tried to cover up all of this. And like I said, the person who lived at 34 Fairview, the wife there, she Googled how long does it take for a body to die in the snow, to die outside. So here's what I think. I think Karen Reed murdered this dude. Okay, I think Karen Reed murdered John O'Keefe. That's the side that I'm on. Here's the evidence that I found compelling. Okay. The most compelling thing to me was they got the information from her SUV. Like you can look at the car and see what was going on. You know, you can see how somebody was driving and stuff. And it showed that at that time and location, her car accelerated incredibly rapidly in reverse. And to me, that is the moment that she drove into her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, and smashed into his face. It did some damage, knocked him down, and he ended up dying. There was also bits of her stoplight or her brake lights that were on him, like even microscopic particles of the brake lights were on him and his person, and his blood was on her brake lights, the broken ones. And the other thing that I found pretty compelling was when she went back to the O'Keefe house, there's a lot of footage from their home security that was missing. And they don't know what happened, if it was deleted or what went down here. To me, I think this was like a terrible accident. There was also many calls. I don't think it was, because I don't know that they've ever found that. Also, this is pretty compelling, I think. They said after this whole thing, they're looking at the O'Keefe and Reed phone logs, the logs between Karen Reed and her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, who died, and they say she murdered him. Guarino, this is State Police Trooper Nicholas Guarino, said Reed made 53 phone calls to O'Keefe in the hours after 12:35 a.m. He said she left 8 messages on his voicemail, which were played for the jury. John, I am here with your effing kids. Nobody knows where the F you are, you effing pervert, she said in one of the messages.
I don't know why she kept calling him a pervert. I don't know if that was just an up north thing, or was she accusing him of something weird?
I don't know, because it turns out that she was the one who was like flirting with some other people, but that's neither here nor there. And another message, she said, people? No, people who are of age. She said in another message, it's 1 a.m. I'm with your effing niece and nephew, you effing pervert. You're an effing pervert, she said at 1:11 a.m. Then she said, John, I'm going home. I can't believe inaudible. I need to go home. You are effing using me right now. You are effing another girl. Somebody's name redacted is sleeping next to me. You're an effing loser. Expletive yourself, she said at 1:18. And the final message, 6:08 a.m., the pulse of windshield wipers is heard as 911 is called from the scene. Reed is heard screaming in the background.
But they don't have any pings?
They have pings, but they know that she admitted to her car being in all these places. I think she was so blackout drunk that she does not remember running into him. I think that she does not remember plowing into him.
So you think she manslaughtered him then?
I think yes. I do not think she planned on doing it. Well, maybe she did in the moment, but I think she was so drunk and she was like blacked out that she didn't know when she woke up at his house that she had killed him. I don't think she knew.
But in that case, will she be found guilty of murder too, versus should it be downgraded?
I think there's a lot of evidence that this jury is seeing, and it would be kind of surprising to me if they did not find her guilty. You said your wife, C-Lane, is on Team Karen.
She's Team Karen.
She thinks that she didn't do this, that this was there was a plot here by these officers that lived at that 34 Fairview location to cover up their tracks and cover what they were doing. Now let's cover what I think is the biggest piece of evidence in Karen Reed's defense. That Google search at 34 Fairview by the guy's wife of how long does it take for a body to die in the snow.
Mm-hmm.
That can make me believe that people beat him up, put him out in the snow, and they're like, how long is it going to take to die out there? The prosecution has defended this and said that this is not a smoking gun. And I don't think they're right about what they're saying. The prosecution
what was
said...
their defense in that?
Here's what they said, Sabrina. The prosecution said she opened a tab on her computer the night that John O'Keefe died in the driveway, and she didn't search until a long time later.
How long of a time?
That doesn't matter.
After he was dead. After he was dead and all this. And she said she didn't search, but the tab was open beforehand. I think that if you search for something, if it's coming from Google, certainly, it doesn't matter when the tab was opened, I don't think.
Correct.
I think it matters when you do the search.
Well, yeah, when were the results of the search accessed?
I don't know. I'd like to know a little bit more
like
about
you say,
that.
tab was open as in it was new tab.
Yeah.
That was
like,
sitting there. Or they searched it and then they didn't really go to the page until later.
So let's say right now, this would be an equivalent. You open up a tab on your laptop right now,
I've
Sabrina.
done a bunch of times.
And then C-Lane
stays open.
C-Lane goes outside and he ends up dying. And he dies because he's in the hot sun.
Sorry.
And if you searched while that was happening, how long does it take somebody to die in the hot sun? You'd be like, whoa, what the hell? Sabrina knew and didn't do anything about this. Why didn't she help C-Lane out when she could have? She's saying that she opened that tab, and then after C-Lane died, days and days later, then she searched out of curiosity to see this. I don't think that's how it works.
Days later, hours later.
Way after he was dead. After he was dead. Yeah. So after he was dead, when it would make sense, you were just trying to learn more.
I can open new tab, but I can be search in Google and what is the radio show? And then I have not pressed enter.
Uh-huh.
Is that now in my search history still?
I don't believe so. No. I think it's not until you hit enter. When you hit enter, it's logged in as you searching for that. She's saying that the tab was open beforehand, so it's not conspicuous and not something that is evidence. I believe that Karen Reed was drunk, accidentally smashed into, or maybe on purpose, they were fighting. Her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, left him for dead in the snow, had no idea the next day that she did this terrible thing. But I don't know how I can reconcile that search. That's the defense of that search does not make sense to me. That does not add up at all. Because if you bring up a tab, that's fine. The tab is just sitting there. The moment you do a Google search and hit enter, that's when it's logged in. And if you're doing a Google search, how long does it take somebody to die in the snow while somebody's outside dying in the snow? That's a little strange. So we got to dive a little deeper into that. C-Lane, see if you can find anything else as to what they're saying about that Google search.
Okay.
Because the people who are defending Karen Reed, they're wearing T-shirts with that Google search on it. This is a key part of their case. If you know about this or don't, let us know what you think is going on here. And then we'll all see what happens when we get a verdict in the Karen Reed murder trial a little bit later on this week. Okay, we are... I have to tell you this very quickly because this is something that's happening pretty soon. There is a place called the Rapidan Dam in central Minnesota that they say is about to fail. This dam is going to fail at any moment.
Oh,
and obviously very concerning. I'm looking at it, and it looks like there's a lot of debris that's like squished up on the side of the dam. And then, like...
And we don't have time to clear that up. Make some efforts in order to stop the dam from falling.
I don't know. I think they think it might fail anyways. Like, it's going to go at any minute now, this dam. And they've blocked all the traffic nearby.
That'll be catastrophic, will it not?
Yeah, it seems like it could be downriver of this dam.
Will we get as many beavers as possible to maybe try to fix this up?
They're usually on the side of the dams, so I don't know. They may be happy with the outcome here. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll keep an eye on that, obviously, and we'll see what you have to say with your dispatches. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Orlando, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads, and it does seem that the delay is your usual one. That's eastbound on I-4 approaching World Drive, also east and westbound approaching State Road 535, but thankfully no issues reported east or westbound on the 408. Right now, north and south of the Greenway is clear, as well as the Turnpike, and thankfully no issues reported on the 429 toll. Remember, if you have a report for us, our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by ePass. Want to save on tolls? Choose ePass. Only ePass offers toll discounts and a free toll sticker. Plus, you'll always pay the lowest toll rate on all Florida toll roads. Visit GetEpass.com to sign up today. That's GetEpass.com. Choose ePass. Expect savings.
All right, folks, my friends at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Mind Boggler. Big congratulations to last week's winner, Kyle. Now, the first person answered this question correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your question. What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it? What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina@realradio.fm, and the first person to answer this correctly wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's question, well, don't worry. You got a shot every single week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you visit Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 3 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious with a splash of sexiness. For more information on location and reservations, go to maxinesonshine.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Don't miss.
Big Sean, Camila Cabello, Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Hozier, Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, Paramore, Shabuzi, The Black Crowes, Thomas Rhett, Victoria Monet,
And more.
Get tickets to our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, right now, before they sell out.
At AXS.com.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Discover a career that matters at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Be part of an innovative team delivering world-class healthcare and benefits to America's veterans. Enjoy robust benefits, work-life balance, and career development opportunities. Join a diverse and inclusive community that values your unique background and skills. A community where nearly 1 in 3 of your colleagues are veterans themselves. Apply now at vacareers.va.gov.
Hey homeowners, Russ Rollins here to talk to you about something serious, your power bill. Last summer was tough, but this year could be even worse. So don't wait until the last minute to get protection and savings from solar power and backup power. Solar Source has a new pay-as-you-go solar package that lets you start with an affordable base system and add solar panels over time. Plus, their pay-as-you-go battery backup is awesome, and it lets you add critical backup power as you go. Schedule a free consultation at SolarSource.com/monsters. Get ready for a stress-free summer.
Did you know that your largest investment asset might not be your retirement account or home?
I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. Most people don't realize that their life insurance policy is actually an asset they can sell. But for almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. We've even created a free policy value calculator at abacuspays.com so you can find out in seconds what we might pay for your policy. There are no fees and no obligations, just information. Knowing the value of your life insurance policy is as important as knowing the value of your home, your equity portfolio, or your finances in total. Discover the valuable information you need to understand the current market value for your life insurance, and then get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Visit abacuspays.com to learn more and use our free policy value calculator today.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Why is Navage perfect for allergy sufferers? Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you could breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage. Breathe easy.
Zero Foxtrot isn't just a brand. It's a way of life. Founded and operated by veterans, Zero Foxtrot's unique apparel and gear echoes the grit of the warrior culture. Zero Foxtrot dedicates itself to producing content, honoring the sacrifices of forgotten heroes of the past, and connecting history to the present. Embark on a journey with Zero Foxtrot today at zerofoxtrot.com. It's not merely our products. It's about the ethos that we embody. Rugged, resilient, and timeless.
Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatello. And I'm Jake Chapman. We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. And we've got more stats and notes than we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
iHeartRadio is the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics. It's the only way to listen to exclusive NBC play-by-play action of Team USA, plus NBC's top Olympic moments, original Summer Games podcasts, and live hourly updates from the games in Paris on the iHeart app and right here on this station. Be sure you have the free iHeart app, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
iHeartRadio.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
moments. But if you're too nervous to leave a dispatch, you can always fire off an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. In fact, when I was thinking about that text-to-speech feature, which maybe I'll do at some point in time on the website, it's like if somebody is nervous, if somebody wants to be anonymous, if somebody wants to do all those things, all you have to do is just send an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put that on the top, and I'll keep you anonymous. And otherwise, you can get your voice on the show, your thoughts, whatever your opinions are. You can be part of this. This is not just a one-way street here. I want to hear what you have to say about whatever is being discussed here. And if you want to steer something straight, you want to correct me, you can do all of those things. It's fine. I don't care. I got thick skin. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Curtis says, I heard you mentioning liking Michael Crichton for all the research he did for his books. May I recommend James Rollins? He'll tell you an awesome story. Then at the end of the book, he'll give you a rundown on the science involved in the book. Love the show, blah, 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 wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, says Curtis. Not familiar with James Rollins, but I would check that out. I do like when writers are like focused on the science and making things seem as real as possible.
You read Jurassic Park, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I read it too. I remember thinking, and a couple of Michael Crichton's books I read after already seeing the movie, which was fun perspective. There was other books that I've done the opposite, like Count of Monte Cristo.
I haven't read a book in so long.
21 was another one that I read the book first, Bringing Down the House.
Yeah.
Great book. But yeah, I remember from when I was reading Jurassic Park, I was like, man, he went into so much detail about like the computer systems and the DNA stuff. And I remember there being a lot of things that was really dumbed down for the viewer of the movie.
In the movie, they just go, Dino DNA.
Yeah.
In the book, they're like, they slaved over this in the laboratories, and here's what they did.
Because you need to like explain it like I'm 5, how you did this, you know?
Yeah. Ben Mesrick is good, too, the Bringing Down the House guy.
He was the one who wrote the book for The Social Network, and I think there was another one that became a movie, right?
He picks like real stuff, true events, and then he writes books about them, and almost always it's a good read. Whenever I get into any of his stuff, but it's been a long time since I've read something by him. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. This person wants to be anonymous. Just like I said, that's easy to do. Good day, crew. Just heard, curious if you heard anything about this story. It says heavy law enforcement presence in a Popka area apartment complex. I came home from work on Friday afternoon to this scene. There's no information about it really, other than the 2 or 3 minute blurbs in the local news websites. For the amount of police presence, it seems like there's a much bigger story here. ODs, overdoses, and suicide is, of course, something that needs attention. But 40 cops with M16, SWAT, and Orange County helicopter in a tank? What's going on here? If you could find out anything more, it'd be appreciated. Love the show. See if you can look up like a Popka apartment complex and see if there's anything more to this, and let me know. Because if they had a tank out for realsies, that is usually a sign that something more than an overdose has occurred, I would say. That's usually some evidence that something bigger happened. There is also a story about pop star Ariana Grande out there about some interview she did on a podcast. And I think this is the dumbest thing.
Voice?
No, not that. I saw that too. Like they said she keeps changing her voice and she's saying she does it for like to save her voice if she has to perform. But this was a question she was asked on some podcast. And she said, I was infatuated with serial killers when I was younger. And they said basically like, if you can invite somebody to a dinner party, who would you invite? And she said, Jeffrey Dahmer. And all these people were like, oh my God, that's so offensive. That's so weird. Oh my God, how could you? And they're trying to go after Ariana Grande. If you're going to go after Ariana Grande for this, you're going to have to go after every woman under the age of 50 right now. Because the true crime and therefore like being interested in the figures behind true crime is absolutely massive right now. And she's just saying what everybody else, she's saying the quiet part out loud. They said, who would you be interested in going to dinner with? She said Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah,
because
go
she's
after
interested.
everyone who's made those TV shows and documentaries and movies.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They're just interested in the subject matter. I don't think she's glorifying Jeffrey Dahmer by saying that.
I thought she was just making a joke.
Did
he eat people?
Yes.
Okay, so who'd you want to have to dinner with? Oh, the guy that eats people. Like, let's have dinner together. He's going to serve us people.
Him. Oh.
She said, years ago before the Dahmer series, I was in a Q&A with young fans with a parent. Somebody said, if you got to have dinner with anybody living or dead, who would it be? And I was like, oh, honey, you're so cute. Mom and Dad, is it okay if I give the real answer? And then she said Jeffrey Dahmer because she was like super interested in that stuff. It's kind of weird, but it's true. Everybody's into these things. Everybody likes this kind of dark stuff, the true crime stuff. It won't cease to be popular for a very long time, I wouldn't think.
I think the people who give those answers, though, if there was some reason, if there was some method in the universe to put something like that together, where you could sit down and have dinner with Jeffrey Dahmer, you would regret that decision.
No,
as sexy as all the shows have made it.
Maybe like start with a coffee or something.
Yeah.
Imagine like it is weird immediately after they've just dropped off the appetizer and you're like, maybe I regret this decision.
You're like, oh, that's right. This person's a lunatic. That's right. They're a murderous lunatic.
Who pays the bill?
Serial killer. Update on the Karen Reed thing. I have something. This was from 6ABC, and they were talking about some of the more contentious and captivating testimony in this. It's now gone to closing statements. I think the prosecution or the prosecution is rested. Whatever. There's not much left in the case before it fully goes to the jury. But let's see what 6 ABC is saying about Karen Reed here.
This morning, it's a murder trial that has divided a Boston suburb and is now captivating true crime enthusiasts, creating a huge buzz on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the trial of Karen
Oh,
Reed.
I've seen her already.
I cannot believe what I just witnessed. The second half of this day.
Karen Reed is on trial for second-degree murder, accused of killing her police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe, hitting him with her SUV in January 2022, and prosecutors say leaving him to die in the snow in a massive blizzard. On Monday, prosecutors revealing messages between Reed and O'Keefe in the day before his death, painting a picture of some possible troubles in their relationship.
All right, that's some of the messages that I was talking about earlier where she was really upset with him. And that night even she was saying, like, F you pervert.
I noticed this in one of the reports that I saw about this, but they were showing the messages to people. And when you extract from a cell phone the text messages, what you're really getting is a very large document of just text. It's text, including the body of the message, the subject of the message, if you're like my father and send text messages with subjects, the timestamp, any attached pictures and stuff. But all of that would be represented by text. And it would just be a very boring looking document. But the investigators now and the people that are trying to paint these pictures for juries have found a way to put blue and green bubbles around the text
to make it look
more like it came straight from an iPhone.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting because I don't know, you're not misleading them.
Doctored rather.
No, and they are doctored in as much as that's not the way they receive them, but it is the same messages.
It is, but it's the same. Did we not talk with Moses about this before when it comes to like audio? And even if it's really crappy audio, the way that they go about sharing in the courtroom, like it can't be enhanced or has to be enhanced a certain way, or it's not the true evidence that's being presented.
You could bring about things that don't exist in the actual audio if you mess with that. With this, it's more just a visual presentation, but it is kind of weird.
But if you're arguing that you're changing it from how it was received, you could argue on the other side that by projecting it onto a giant screen is not how it was received. It was received on a cell phone screen.
Right. Yeah, you could go down that rabbit hole pretty far.
There's a lot of different ways you could kind of twist this to fit your own narrative.
Right.
But I just thought it was interesting that they're actually using some sort of software, or at the very least, some sort of program like Sean's little web paint there to draw little squares around it to make it look like a cell phone, so it's easier palatable by the jury, more palatable by the jury.
All right, let's see here. Hold on, because they're showing some now.
At 2:25 p.m.
Boom.
Tell me if you're interested in
I could have waited 2 more seconds and you would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Think of any other reason you've been like this. From Karen, John responds back, nope. Things haven't been great between us for a while. Ever consider that?
The trial started April 16th. Early on, the state playing dash cam video showing officers and Reed at the scene. Reed seen running frantically around.
She kept saying, this is all my fault. This is my fault. I did this.
But Reed's defense team arguing this is all a cover-up, saying she is being framed. Reed saying she didn't kill O'Keefe and claims that he was killed during a fight inside a Boston police officer's home where his body was found. Karen Reed spoke to our Matt Gutman before the trial started.
You're alleging that law enforcement officials in the state committed murder and that they're covering it up. Why would they want to be involved in this?
Because he's dead. I think things went too far. It was late. There was alcohol involved.
For the family of John O'Keefe, it's been a grueling couple of years. They remember a consummate family man raising his deceased sister's children as his own.
That's brutal, man.
Prosecutors plan to wrap up their case this week. The defense will then present its case.
So there you go. That's where we're at in this right now, and it's going to be big news when that verdict comes across. So
they're also pointing some fingers at some of these guys, some of the police officers involved, like went to a military base ditch their cell phones, get new cell phones. Like the one guy testified that he threw his SIM card in. I think he testified that they're saying that he threw his SIM card in one dumpster and threw the phone in the other dumpster after like extracting some of the data from his phone and giving it to the police instead of just I don't know, giving the whole phone to the police. I remember
seeing that clip. Yeah.
Yeah. And also the folks who lived at this house where he ended up dying, you can argue over how, but
Kappa Alpha Delta?
They also sold the house almost directly after this and got rid of their dog because there was allegations that the dog may have like attacked him as well.
Got rid of the dog, like euthanized it?
I don't know if they gave it to somebody else, but they got rid of their dog. And so they say that
they had an expert testify that some of the injuries to O'Keefe's body were consistent with dog scratching or dog biting.
Right. And the family says that they got rid of the dog because the dog got into a fight with another dog. And they said that they already were planning on selling the house and had talked to real estate people before any of this happened. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. It's split this tiny town right in half. I said Canton, Ohio earlier because I don't even know Canton, Massachusetts was a place, for God's sake. And all the folks who are there are deeply invested in this. And now it's starting to make national news. When we come back, we'll do the final dispatches. We'll do the stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up this Monday on the Jim Colbert Show, it's the return of Jim Colbert from vacation. Then I, Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game, will stop by to talk some sports. Jim, Deb, Jack. They're also going to talk with Ray Trenley from TK Law. They'll also play JCS Trivia, where a lucky listener will win tickets to an Orlando City match. All that and your calls, texts, talkbacks. Hey, how much am I getting paid for this? Yeah, figures.
The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Monday forecast. And the rest of the day does feature hot temperatures and off and on showers and thunderstorms. We'll expect an afternoon high of 93 degrees today in Orlando, with feels like temperatures in the low 100s once we do factor in the high humidity. Those afternoon shower and thunderstorm chances will continue to grow more widespread, especially during the late afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by ePass. Want to save on tolls? Choose ePass. Only ePass offers toll discounts and a free toll sticker. Plus, you'll always pay the lowest toll rate on all Florida toll roads. Visit getepass.com to sign up today. That's getepass.com. Choose ePass. Expect savings.
Orlando Magic Pod Squad is the Orlando Magic's flagship podcast, featuring interviews with Magic players, coaches, executives, and legends. Join me, Dante Marcatelli, along with the rotating cast of Magic personalities every Thursday during the season as we conduct deep dive interviews with Magic A-listers. This podcast is a must-listen for any Orlando Magic fan. Join the squad with the Orlando Magic Pod Squad on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Hey everyone, I'm Dante Marcatelli.
And I'm Jake Chapman.
We're the hosts of Magic Drive Time, the only daily audio fix for Orlando Magic fans. And actually, I just realized this, Jake, one of the longest running sports talk shows in Orlando. We've been at it for 13 seasons. How is that possible?
Oh, wow. That's good stuff, Dante. And that's exactly what you'll get on Magic Drive Time each day. It's your touchstone for the latest Magic news, game previews and reviews. And we've got more stats and notes, and we know what to do with.
Listen to Magic Drive Time on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Glad to finally have you over. What do you think? You could install a bay window to let in more natural light over there. Huh? Sorry.
Sorry, it's just that I saved hundreds on my Navy Federal Credit Union home equity loan. Now I see potential home improvement projects everywhere.
Learn more about how our home equity loans with no closing costs can help you get more from your home base at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender membership required. Loan subject to change.
My best dad tip? Okay, one time our power went out and we couldn't watch TV or play video games or whatever, but we still had the best time pulling out flashlights and building a fort in their room, telling stories. So last week, I just turned off the main breaker and yelled, "Power's out!" I mean, why wait for a storm? Just make the fun part happen yourself. I mean, you can do it tonight.
Dads, try this idea, or try something else. Just choose to be a father first, today.
Season 2 of the hit podcast, The Idaho Massacre, explores the aftermath of violence at the University of Idaho that left 4 families mourning and a 28-year-old doctoral student charged. But did his study of criminology play a part in the crime?
Of course, Brian Kohberger's defense team is going to say he's not guilty. That's the only thing they can say. They can't say anything else, so they have to say this.
Listen to The Idaho Massacre on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Idaho Massacre.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322, 800-954-3322.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-254-5751. 800-254-5751. Again, that's 800-254-5751. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had.
And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Monday. And we got a lot going on this week. Busy week on the show, so don't miss anything. Make sure you're hanging out with us each day. If you missed any of the show, get the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. And we appreciate you for hanging out with us today, as we always do. So let's roll into these final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Not true. Not true. We got a little bit of time today, right? Yeah, we got not a lot, but we got a little bit of time to get into some things. Here's John Coop with the dispatch. This says, no way she's guilty. He's talking about Karen Reed, I'm sure.
Come on, Sean, you're a smart dude. You can't believe that she actually killed that guy. That lady searched how long it takes to die, and that search history is based on when she actually searched it, not on the time she opened that tab. And I'd like to hear the phone calls of her calling and leaving those voicemails that night. If they sound really convincing.
I've heard them.
And
Yeah,
that lady
they played them in court.
searched for that on Google. there's no way that she's guilty.
They
All right,
played those in court for the jury, and I'm sure that will be something that they factor in like everything else.
Somebody, when we were talking about the Google search, and I would have to scroll very far to find out who it was like, you don't know what you're talking about or how these things work. And it's like, we do. I mean, Sean probably more than any of us knows a lot about how the internet, how searching stuff works, how
we've been at it for quite some time.
Yeah, and so I would be curious to see what your proof is that that's how the internet works. That, that you could open a tab at 2:30 and not search for something till 12:15 the next day. And that still counts as a 2:30 search.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm going down, in the ship with. Like, I think that is pretty obviously wrong. I think that what's alleged here is that she did not search how long does it take somebody to die in the snow while somebody was outside of her house dying in the snow. She said she did this after everything. It was like a couple of days later, however many days later, but she had opened the tab before, and that's not how it works. Because as you're typing,
also, what psycho leaves an empty tab open that long?
This just makes sense too. If you start typing into Google or into a browser at all, what happens? It starts suggesting things to you, right? Like, especially if you're specifically on Google, and you're already communicating in real time with the search engine, so they know when you're doing it. It's not based on when you open the tab that you have.
There was no other expert that they could
No, I'm sure they had an expert that talked about this. I just didn't see all of the testimony.
There were a lot of experts that went back and forth on different things. Like I said, there was the woman that said that the dead body had injuries that were consistent with an animal, like a dog. And then there was the guy that was reconstructing the accident scene, and the defense attorney just ripped him apart for not having a degree in all kinds of different things, and forgetting. They found out that the guy took one class in accident reconstruction
and became an expert.
No, that
must be nice.
He became the person that testified as an expert. He's not an expert.
So that's why this case goes back and forth like that.
I think I told Sean last night. My thing is I'm not totally convinced one way or the other, but I'm thinking that the defense is doing a damn decent job at what they're supposed to do, which is establish reasonable doubt.
Right. Look at this. If it wasn't for this conspiracy theory, the alternate theory of what happened here, everybody would just be thinking that she did this. It's a clear-cut thing. But because of a reporter ran with the story, and they said, here's what happened. Here's what really happened that night. And it was a big cover-up. And then their defense just basically ran with the reporter's story. And they're like, yep, indeed, this guy found out what happened. This is what was going on here. But, yeah, I mean, my take is just that I think they were hammered from this bar. I think when she woke up, she didn't even remember that she drove into her boyfriend and killed him. She was out of it. And the idea that her car says in that moment that it reversed in a high rate of speed, and I think it even recorded an impact. I mean, that's pretty shut and dry to me. All right, we got to stop there. Well, all the stories made the cut. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, June 24th, 2024. Today I Learned this guy.
Alice Cooper.
Billy Idol is correct, indeed. Today I learned Billy Idol was the first choice for the role of T-1000 in Terminator 2, but he got into a motorcycle accident in 1990 and he couldn't do the role. During his time in the hospital, he also swore to never wear the Confederate flag again after a black employee explained his feelings on it, and Billy Idol said, sorry, did not mean to do that.
Also, the other guy, ran really fast. Wasn't that the whole story behind him?
Wait,
Are we talking about the bad robot?
I don't know which one T-1000 is.
T-1000 is the one that turns into liquid metal.
Yeah, he all that running he did, and so that he could keep a serious face, he did that on his own. I remember.
I could not do that.
Hell no, I'd
don't
throw
have to
up on
question
myself.
it. I definitely could not do that. And finally, today I learned this guy right here.
Tupac.
Tupac is correct. Tupac Amaru Shakur, in fact, was a ballet dancer. He played the role of the Mouse King in The Nutcracker. So more than just a rapper, friends, he did a lot of stuff out there. Died September 13th, 1996. Boy, does that feel like a long time ago now.
I
Thank you
just
so
turned
much.
10.
Oh, did you? And so you weren't too close to Tupac then.
No.
I mean, obviously you weren't his friend or anything, but all right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Latest kid, that's the way it is.